Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's Motive.
We have today with us these lovely ladies. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Haley.
I'm Avital.
I'm Laura.
And we go to U Ottawa with them. I'm not going to ask their majors. I feel like that's so corny. Instead, I'd like to ask, what do you guys actually want to do for the rest of your career? You want to start?
I don't know, just be happy, I guess, but like do something that helps other people at the same time. What I thought I wanted to do originally is not what I want to do anymore. So just like find something. Yeah, I switched into health sci out of biomed, so something that is in that field where I can still help people, but also be happy and not super burnt out all the time would be cool.
Yeah. Well, right now, okay, we were talking about this earlier, actually, like how you like kind of have, you think you know what you want to do, but like people say things and it gets in your head and you switch, or like you start doubting what you're doing. But I don't know, right now my plan is going into pharmacy.
I have no plan.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. I have
So
no plan.
real.
I'm just going to see where it takes me. I think I'm going to
what?
be, well, I feel like if I plan something out, maybe it'll restrict me from other opportunities. So I'm just going to see, I'm just going to ride along and see
I
where it
think
takes me.
the exact opposite. Because I'm like, I need a plan or else I won't have a goal to reach. Like, I need something specific or else so I can have, like, goals in
That's
mind.
something, no, it's so true. That's something, and it's interesting talking about these paradigms. It's something that Andrew and I discuss a lot, obviously, because I'm pretty obsessed with it, where specializing early is beneficial to your career and how much you can discover towards doing what you want to do and how much that actually hinders your growth. What I've like learned a lot talking with a lot of people is that there's like a lot of sides where people who are incredibly unspecialized, they wait too long to discover what they actually want to do, and they end up doing nothing. But there's also the case where people hyper-specialize, where they end up not doing what they actually love because they're not spending any time discovering.
Now, that's interesting, though, because we talk about this a lot. At Ottawa U, it's particularly important to have something that you're pursuing because you have to be, just like in most places on Earth, you have to be pushing yourself. In your case, if you're actually in a community of people who are always striving and still support you in finding your own thing, then you're bound to not fall into that trap. Because, you know, whenever you look to your friend, they're like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing I'm doing that. And at the same time, when you tell them, like, yeah, can we just, like, talk some shit? They're like, yeah, like, I still respect you for that.
Yeah. I mean, I have no long-term path, but I want to do the most and be successful to set me up for anything. And to
CEO?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that
You'd be a good CEO.
Of course.
And that's actually interesting because you see a lot of people striving towards one discipline because they want to be in a community of high achievers, right?
Yeah.
Like, just like everybody who wants to be a software engineer, sometimes it's just about how, not just that's what's hot right now, but that is where, like, people are playing at a high level. You know, like, if you look at any university that is actually like let's say Ivy League universities, every single major there is really fucking high level. So you're just like in an area where people are, you know, actually like on their shit and not just being degenerate all the time. And I feel like that's a cultural thing. It's sort of, so it's like if we actually build a culture wherever we go of like high level where everybody, like, no matter what you're doing, you have to be like doing something good. And that's interesting because, like, if you think about a CEO, what they do every day, like, they're just being cross-disciplinary, right? Like, they're chatting with different people in different departments in the company.
I would argue, though, that's
and
like
talking to other people outside of it.
I'd argue, though, that's like an idyllic perspective. Of course, you would want to be surrounded by the top of every other discipline. You would want to be surrounded by an incredible salesperson and someone who also is like the best technical founder you've ever met. But in reality or in practice, in our timeline, like, getting into that community means that you've probably produced a lot of impact. And early on, we aren't playing with the big boys.
Right.
And there's also different leagues that you need to play.
Yeah.
If you're playing, like, trying to be a good CEO, you'll end up in some different department, which also could be in completely different industries. And so deciding on what that community looks like early on and what kind of community you want to be a part of so you could specialize and then maybe later you actually produce some impact is the real challenge. Because sure, like, I want to be friends with all the top people, but like I won't be able to find top people if I'm not in the community. I have to be amongst all the developers to be a great developer.
And we know this, unless you're like an extreme, just like weirdly good at being social, unless you actually are working on something, you don't really have much to talk about with these people.
Yeah,
So
nor do you have leverage
yeah,
to keep
yeah.
their attention.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's true. They're
Yeah.
not. They're like, what are you gonna give me?
exactly. So
What
well-
kind of influences, like what kind of movies, whatever, influenced you to get to your perspective on your career? Like, for example, you know, like every guy watches The Wolf of Wall Street and is like, yeah, like I'm gonna be a banker now. You know what I
so
mean?
real, so real.
So like there must have been
Ooh.
something.
Yeah, could you name like one like movie that set the standard for what you want to do in your
There
career?
was a movie I watched, but it's nothing related to anything I'm doing now. When I was really young, there's 2 movies. When I was really young and like starting high school, going into high school, I wanted 2 things. I either wanted to be an aerospace engineer, or I wanted to be in the Air Force and fly Top Gun.
Yeah.
That's what I
That's
wanted
fire.
to do. And because I saw Hidden Figures when I was in grade 9 or whenever it came out, and I was like, I want to do this. I want to do this now. But my like influence, I guess, for what I want to do wasn't as much a movie. It was more a person, and it was like my high school bio and my chem teacher. They like really, I was like, I want to be them when I grow up. Like that's what I want to do. And I still like, I don't know if I want to go into education. That's kind of like back drawer type of thing, but just the way that they like interact with students and other people and the things they've accomplished. Like they taught me about like forensic psychology and forensic like chemistry and everything when I was 16, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool, this is what I want to do. But there wasn't really like any movie, like there no Grey's Anatomy or anything being like, I'm gonna be a doctor because
Yeah, you
Yeah,
had the
no.
privilege of having a not shit
Why did
teacher.
you
Yeah.
diverge?
So
Why did you diverge so far from flight?
I don't know. I think I just realized, especially like, it sounds so bad, but like the pandemic, because everyone talks about the pandemic, but so many, I think, students like in, especially our 2 years, I guess, like, or 3 years from 2003 to 2005, like we all kind of are like, okay, we're going to go into healthcare. Like that's what we're going to do. We all kind of got tunnel vision towards science and engineering. And I wanted to come to Ottawa for engineering, but then I didn't do well in math in high school, and I was like, this is not the place for me.
That's like the one thing that was a barrier that
The
stopped you
barrier
from being
Was
an
being,
engineer.
not good at math.
Really.
Yeah.
Well, do you think if they didn't care about your math skills, would you?
I
still have
think
been
so, because I think I did a showcase thing where I, with a couple other students at my class, like in my physics class, and we did like science programming for younger students in like the elementary schools, and like did a bunch of experiments and stuff and taught them like building bridges, and we had like a bridge building competition, which when you're like 8 years old and these big people come in and teach you all this stuff, it's super cool. And I was like, I want to like, I got into biomed mech eng, so I was going to do like the synthetic and prosthetics and hearts and everything. But then I was like, I am not good at math. This is going to set me up for failure in my first year classes, which is going to weed me out. But then you get engineering design, which I probably would have loved as a class, but since you're not in that faculty, you can't take it.
That's the
Yeah.
thing with going through so much like the red
Mhm.
tape. It's
Yeah.
so annoying.
yo, typical university red tape.
Ugh.
It's everywhere.
Mhm.
Dude, like they won't even let me take an honors project. It's so cringe. But like,
Really?
yeah.
No, but John, I want to go back to what you were saying about like being in a pool of high achieving people and being in
Yeah.
that atmosphere. I feel like that can lead into the topic of, as we get older, we're going into our 20s, and I think if you put yourself in that position, nobody really talks about how much that can drain your mental health and the fear of missing out. I mean, imagine you're in a pool of extremely successful people and you're surrounded by somebody that's your age and they're per se more successful than you. They're running their own business. They're earning 6 figures plus. What kind of that puts you sort of in a stressful position, and you're kind of like, fuck, why am I not doing this? Like,
That's
why
so
am
real.
I, you
No,
know?
that's so true. And I think equivalently, like being of the mindset that you want to be amongst those people is equally destructive, even if you're not there yet, because now you're comparing hypothetical people with the people you're already surrounded by. And then at that point, you're basically like in your head saying these people aren't worthy of me, which is a terrible thing to think about. And you see that time and time again. And I think that's also attributed with what we talk about, like we've talked about before, on how on people like reaching out different classes, like if they want to like raise a sort of hierarchy. The fact that they're pointing attention to that a hierarchy exists makes people really
Yeah.
like standoffish towards you.
But do you have a fear of not being successful? Is that like
Oh,
an actual fear for you?
Oh yeah.
So
I feel
where's
that
your
more than
cutoff?
anything.
Like when you reach, if you're 30 and you're not successful, how are you gonna feel? Like how are you
I'm
gonna?
How do you
26.
define, like, how do you define success? Like, what does that
Yeah.
mean?
Like success, I mean, yeah, it's so subjective. People
but, like, to you.
People love asking this question.
It's not subjective. She was asking how do you define success.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, I guess I got the corporate answer back on PR Trend.
How do you define? I mean, look, it's subjective. In the
It's
back of my mind,
subjective.
I need to be a billionaire. I don't care about none of y'all.
Not for me. It's like it really is about the glory.
It really is about helping people.
Yeah, it's about the impact. No. It's about the glory. It's about winning. No, but like, I don't know. Like, I want to be able to be impactful, though. For me, I have to be pretty honest. And honestly, I do really care about like the glory. I care about the hype about it. I care about the showmanship. But not in the way of like being like a famous person. It's more like on how it's being known for being incredibly intuitive, incredibly capable, and being known for something, being referred to as someone who is great.
Respected for your mind?
Desirable for me. Pardon?
Respected for your mind.
Yes. Respected because of what you are capable of. But it's also for me, like, I care about experiences a lot. And it's really terrifying not to be a part of these experiences. And as a result, on a day-to-day basis, that fear really consumes me. And as I was just talking about it, like, I am subject to that as well in terms of chasing hierarchy classes and even pointing to that and identifying that, like, oh, like, I feel like I'm not worth it. And that, I mean, you guys have definitely seen me complain about shit like that all the time. Even last night when I'm like, damn, I'm not even tall enough. Because these guys are like all taller than me in heels. So, but
What's
it's
this?
like that. Like, it's all about the, like, for me, it's just that, like, it's a desire to want everything and have a really idyllic picture. And I think that is pretty bad to chase. And it's something that I continue to chase. Though, as far as it goes for me, I haven't had success with any other model. And how I've been treating my life, that's how I've been going about it. And when we talk about movies, like, I look at these movies and I really relate to, like, anti-hero type archetypes, which is not good. Like, I think it's actually terrible. Like, you know, like the movie Joker and like I don't know, Zuko from Avatar, and then Lightning McQueen from Cars 1. You know, like, I take so much.
Like, asshole to hero.
Yeah, exactly, right?
John, when was the last time you watched Cars?
Literally 2 days ago, bro. I actually watched it with my little brother, but
I forgot how good that movie was.
it was so good.
It's so good.
It's so hard.
That's the movie of our cohort, like our generation.
Mm-hmm.
02,
That,
03, 04, 05.
Dude, the Disney films back then hit so hard.
many.
man.
There's
Oh,
so
yeah.
many.
The last
Yo,
good one, I
Pixar.
think, was Soul.
That
This
one
was
was good, yeah.
Right?
That was a good movie.
That hit
that?
different. Soul, it was about, like, a guy figuring out how to enjoy life in the moment, and
Oh.
that purpose wasn't
Yeah,
necessarily.
I think I stopped watching
defined.
movies by that age, but
Oh yeah.
I'm glad. If he was
Yeah,
talking
instead
about how
he
to
was watching
enjoy
the Steve Jobs.
how to enjoy life, yeah. I was
Yeah,
deeper
yeah.
because Steve Jobs created Pixar, right? So by that time I was
Oh
actually,
shit, you were deep.
you know,
That's so
exploring how
true.
it was made. Yeah.
So, but yeah, like I don't know. For me, like, if I'm not by like 26 running a multi-billion-dollar company, I'd feel like
The real question
You
is
feel
how
like
would
shit.
you
yeah,
Let's be honest.
I would.
You'd
I'd
feel
be
like-
like, damn, I
Yeah.
should kill myself.
how would you feel if
I'm
you
with
were
this.
30 and you were still the same height you are today?
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh my
That's
god.
Like the thing is,
I don't-
bro, what's gonna happen is you're gonna
I don't
be
have
like,
robot legs by the type of
fuck,
glory,
my
man.
company only makes 99 million a year in profit, not 100. Shit, I didn't become a billionaire. You're telling all of them, right? They're like, John, like, it's okay, it's all good. Like, let's just go out have fun tonight. They put on heels, bro. This guy looks up, he's like, you're feeling good, right? You're feeling good about yourself. You're like, okay, it's
Yeah,
all right,
like,
it's
you
all
know,
right.
like, I just closed a deal with Uruguay.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I just sold
The 10, bro. Your girl walks up to you.
Did you guys see that candidate in the U.S. election that wears heels? When he fully, like, male candidate, he wears heels,
Oh,
but
you're
he
talking
hides
about-
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
you're
he
talking
hides it on.
To, like, just to make
behind the
himself
podium
taller?
Yeah, just to make himself
look
taller because he wants everybody to think that he's insanely tall. But he wears like long pants and he puts his heels in his boots, like
This is
heel
what you
raisers,
need.
like insane.
Okay, but
Who
like,
You could
did
do
that?
that.
Mega
Who did
chunk
that?
Air Forces.
He's a candidate for
can
the
also
U.S.
get, like,
presidential
4-inch,
elections. I'm pretty sure,
like,
and
foam.
he wants everybody to
yeah,
believe
but, like,
that he's like.
then you take
Or-
off your
That's
shoes.
actually
Or you
next
can
level
just, like,
psychological
That's like what you have to
manipulation.
accept that
No.
it's fine.
but then it's just like, but like, you have to. It's like, it's so deceptive, you know, like if you're honest with being short, like, I don't think they will care. But if they're like deceived, they'll
Yeah.
be like,
You get
That's
Right.
like
Would be
that's
like, wow.
that's male catfishing.
That's
That's male
No, that's
catfishing.
real life
yeah,
catfish.
yeah.
No, it is.
Yo, so how would you feel if your man had height surgery And you only found out like 2 years later. No care or what?
Not really.
When
Did I meet him before the height surgery or after the height?
Just in
would
general,
know.
actually, just in general.
Yeah. Was that like? Is that like? Oh my god.
Well, how short was he?
Yeah.
What's that?
How short was he?
Well, you could calculate it mathematically. How tall is he now?
Yeah, I guess.
No, I was making a bad comparison, but
What's that?
I'm not gonna say it.
Say it.
Like a different kind of like if you get height surgery, is it not the same as like liposuction?
Who?
Wow, John.
I think that's the same thing.
Well, if you felt like
What is this?
but if you don't care about like if someone got liposuction, like
who is
wouldn't care
lipos-
about-
You mean like BBL?
Liposuction, it's like
Like
fat
getting a BBL
Yeah,
done?
stuff
reduction,
like
they,
that. Yeah, yeah.
remove
So
it.
you're John's saying is a BBL the
it's a
female
BBL
equivalent?
equivalent to height
Yeah.
surgery.
Like okay, if
I hope not, cause I'm trying to get height surgery and I don't fuck with BBLs at all.
you don't fuck with BBLs.
Nah, bro.
BBLs
That's
They just
are
work out to
scary.
be honest.
Yeah, like have you seen the
Yes.
side view of them?
Like they're not real. Not real.
hell no.
Like
Damn, bro.
I don't fuck with
I mean,
BBLs
me,
at
my
all.
issue is that I'll just never find someone who has a better ass than me. So like,
Oh, that's all right.
yeah, I'm just gonna
And
be
that's why you
limited.
don't need height surgery.
Oh, this.
yeah.
I guess I have the dumpy.
Yeah.
No, but if I have like,
Mm.
if I'm like taller, then it evens out because it looks proportional, right? Because I just have like that hourglass figure, you know. It's just-
Yeah, at some
Yeah.
point you're like, oh, my ass is
So
getting too
snatched.
big. I
Doritos.
need surgical
Yeah.
improvements
Or first-
in my limbs.
Reverse Torino.
So what are your thoughts on the Kardashians then? If we're already talking about big butts and
Okay, we talked about this so many times.
Dude.
Get into it.
have
What's that?
Nah, like okay, I feel like girls thinking how girls are pretty are different because guys think about it on like a primal level. Like we've done,
Yeah.
okay, this is kind of fun.
Wow.
Now we're getting-
But okay, well, it's not.
Well, it's like female gaze
So it's
versus
not-
male
Female
gaze.
versus male gaze.
So it's not like you think about it primarily consciously. It's just like the root of your
literally how you're wired.
the reason of your thought, right? Is
Yeah.
from it's like
Like if I see you and you're even when people like when girls wear like caked face, like that's why I've always hated like birthday makeup, and I think most guys would
Birthday
agree.
makeup is scary.
It's
I
weird.
agree
Like
with that.
they're caking their face and then they're hiding how like they're a natural beauty. And
If you're bad.
I mean, I just assume
But
that
do
they're
you-
doing it for a different reason. Though, like when I see that, like I'm fine. I see the makeup industry like as its own thing. Like I don't necessarily even
Mhm.
see them appealing to like okay, you're gonna attract.
well, that's
more
not what I'm
men.
saying here.
But John, does everybody have natural beauty?
Ooh.
well, okay, like
Wow.
don't even ask that.
No,
really
because
have
you
to
said
ask
they're
that.
hiding their natural beauty. And
okay, most guys I think would prefer you be natural though. Like,
Right.
You have to hide it. It's because there's a lot of also implications as well. It's not necessarily primal, but if you
But
have
maybe it's not hiding. It's
not hiding,
enhancing.
It's
Because
accentuating.
sometimes you're hiding it, and some girls are doing that. But sometimes you're just like enhancing it.
yeah, that's
Like
a good
when I
point.
Like
Think
you're
of,
just like
like-
making your eyes pop a little more.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
making something else on your face noticeable
Mhm.
rather than it
Like
being
when I think of
overshadowed.
when it
hiding
looks-
something,
when,
it's
like-
like putting concealer on, like if you have a pimple or something. But if I'm accentuating something, I'm like doing my eyebrows or
Yeah.
doing my eyelashes.
I mean, I'm talking in like an extreme case, which is like usually not the case. But like those implications are like it's when like you see someone, for example, I've talked about this before. When I see a girl with like huge eyelash extensions,
Yeah.
I associate them with a certain archetype. You know, like in the case, like I see long eyelashes, and I'm like, okay, she talks like she says like, "Yo, wagwan fam." She's like, if you
Oh,
left
like
your
a
mom,
Cheeto
that-
girl.
you left your mom
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
now.
business is
you're
true.
sick to my
Your
stomach,
fam.
So if that's the case, right? Like I'm gonna associate with that. I'm gonna think they vape
Yeah, you think
and they
you
wear
think
sweatpants in
eyelash
public.
sales went
all
down
the
after
time.
that meme?
No, they definitely went up.
Fuck, that's not good. What are y'all on then?
So John, I've had eyelash extensions,
Do you have eyelash
Hey.
extensions?
but
now?
not,
No, but
but not Cheeto girl eyelash.
Yeah, and that's
extensions.
fine, right? Because it's like it's a
Difference.
gradient. You know?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I think a lot of girls that get them though, not
Yeah.
everyone. They start off light and then they
Mhm.
keep on
And they
going,
keep
and it
going.
gets to the point of the
Yeah.
Yo,
Cheeto
gateway
girl
drug,
effect.
gateway
Because
drug.
people actually do it, and when you get your lashes done, your lash chick will be like, "Should we try a new thing? I want to try this on
But
you."
also-
And then it literally looks. I can attest to this because this has happened to me once before, and I hated it and went and got them changed. No, they were like caterpillars. They were like caterpillars on my eyes, and like
How did she-
Alex. I don't know how I saw. Alex is like, I don't think you need eyelash extensions, and I'm like, I can agree. I don't need to drop $100 on that. So maybe we're not gonna do that.
If
'cause
if
I can
if
do
my
it
girl starts
differently.
getting a little bit too experimental with her eyelash extensions, I'm going with her
out.
to the salon
Just
and,
pluck
and
them
like
out.
telling.
You're
Okay.
taking them off
That's
at home.
That's crazy. That, I mean, you're giving me new ideas. Okay,
So
I guess it's that simple.
It's interesting
I would
'cause,
go
like,
and like tell the person like, yo, like stop
Yeah.
offering her new shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'll give you the money if you want,
you
but
would
just
like
like
you would,
don't.
like artificially
Yeah.
stop it, but the habits would never end. So she would just add new shit.
Yeah, it's because of the face dysmorphia.
Yeah,
you get
that's
when they're
true.
off.
When you get them off, you literally like when your lashes start to shed and they fall out, you literally look at yourself and you're like, I am a rat.
Mm.
Really?
Like I am a little baby rat. Like your face you don't look the same because you have them on. You're like,
Really?
oh my god, I'm so pretty. I look so good all the time. I wake up. This is
Right.
what I woke up like this,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh,
It's like it's so true. It's like
Oh.
for guys when they go to
Wow.
the gym, like for
Yeah,
guys,
that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
it
Body
hits so hard
dysmorphia,
when I
right?
wasn't not like when I wouldn't have a pump on and I hadn't worked out for a while. I'd be like, yo, like I look disgusting, and then I
Mhm.
would become big, and then I'd see how big I was, and I thought that was disgusting,
yeah.
and it's kind of like a really
Mm.
weird, risky business. It's also weird at how people value, like how guys value
Mhm.
different things in girls. Because I swear, the more buff I was, the more men I attracted, and I feel like it's equivalent to
Like in
girls,
terms of like guys rating your physique, or in terms of like gay.
no,
Like men.
maybe both. I don't know. I mean, the dumpy was crazy, but like if you're if you're like but like I see women all the time complimenting girls on like like their makeup in
Yeah.
parties, and they're like, "Oh, you look so beautiful," and then I'd be like, I'd probably like in my head. I'm
I
just
wouldn't
thinking,
have noticed that.
Yeah, I'd just be like. I
But
wouldn't
that's
say
another thing. A guy's idea of a girl having natural beauty, a lot of the time, I'm telling you, she is wearing
Yeah,
makeup.
She is wearing makeup.
A guy's
True.
idea of she's not wearing makeup, I'm telling you, she has a little concealer, she has a
at
little
least 3
blush.
products on her face.
I-
Isn't
I'm
that,
telling
isn't
you,
that what they
girls aren't
call it
wearing
at
makeup,
the
then
store?
guys go start
Yeah,
going
natural
natural
shades.
shades,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
natural.
Sometimes that is
natural
frankly,
looking.
Like you can't really like guys can't tell often. Like
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So when guys make the statement that girls look better with no makeup, when they say no makeup, they really mean minimal makeup.
Minimal
exactly
makeup.
right. They want
So-
a natural look.
It's not even about how much. Yeah, it's just
The
natural.
natural look.
And
The
that's
natural
point.
look,
Like
right?
when we look at girls, like I would say it's like it's not something we control, but it's just like I mean we talked about it, so I don't know it's fucked up to say in front of them, but like
Do you want me to say it? I just don't know where you're leading.
No.
I
to.
just want like if my children are gonna look good, and that's just true. Like
Okay, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just true.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So
So
then nose jobs. What do you think about nose jobs?
Yeah.
no, like it's the same thing.
okay, yeah. So
If they have a
basically,
nose job,
the-
I will still think the same thing. I'll be
Your
like,
kid's
I
gonna
know-
come out like looking
Exactly.
like
if I see a photo
Pinocchio.
of her before the nose job, I'd be like, maybe not. Like I don't know. Also, like, but like, yeah, exactly. That's why it sucks, because like
Wow.
I would be so. I know. I feel so bad.
No D1 babies
that's
for
fine.
John.
So is it equivalent then?
But I would say no because if I'm
That's the question to
but
you.
if I'm going after like a 5'11" girl, then it'll balance out a little bit,
Yeah, you'll average out at a
Yeah,
I've
exactly. If I
always
become
wondered about this.
6'2".
How does that work from like a gene standpoint? Like, if I have a really tall wife, will my son
Depends
be
who's
tall?
dominant.
Yeah, depends who.
I'm
has
sorry?
No,
parents.
it is
Who's the
a
alpha?
genetic
No,
defect
it's
if the
genetic.
son is shorter than the mother.
Yeah.
It is
Yes.
it is genetically it is a defect if the son
I
is
didn't-
shorter than the mother.
Okay.
Like, if a big thing makes a small thing, it's weird.
Somebody fact check that, but yeah.
Yo, if my kid is shorter than my wife,
But think about it. Think
and
about
my wife is like 6'2", and I did it just for the children. I'm
in
coming
any
at you.
case though, think about it. All your friends, like I have a friend whose dad is like 5'7", mom's 5'11", son is like
King.
6'2".
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Think
King.
about all your friends. Like you don't have a friend.
I
I'm
don't
telling you,
have
you don't have a male friend
Yeah, I couldn't think
that
about
is
one.
shorter than his mom.
I couldn't think about
Mm.
one.
And if he does, he's like
No,
one in a
imp-
million.
so-
I could think of one,
Empirically,
but they just have
the
skulls.
business is true. Empirically, empirically, the business is true.
Yeah, I actually have never seen it, so
You're talking to your doctor like, look, I've never seen
I've
it.
never seen it.
It could be.
John,
So
are
give me
you
the height surgery.
are you shorter than your mom?
Nah.
Just
My
had
mom
to
is
check.
like
Just had to
5
check.
foot. I'm taller than I'm probably the
Exactly.
tallest Filipino on earth.
So all you have to do is marry a really tall woman.
Exactly.
And your kid's
But
chill.
if I have the height surgery, then she'd be more likely to want me.
All
Do you guys
right.
actually care about height though? Of course you do. Don't even lie.
It's
Don't
not
even
a.
lie.
It's not a deciding factor. I would say it's not a deciding factor, but
Okay.
it helps. It helps.
I disagree.
I
What
wish
are
that
the-
we could just like open the door right now and bring in,
Bring
like,
in a bunch of people.
no, just like bring in 10 guys, all like exact same look, just
Go
like
find
from
them.
5'6" to like 7'2".
Just like
And
No.
we're just like rearrange.
I would like them to be taller.
It's the
than
power-
Me.
Yeah, taller than me is.
Yes.
That is preferred. Which is
But
hard to
it
do.
also the power dynamic. There's some girls who want that power dynamic, that
Mhm.
want
Some
to be
guys
the
really
man in
do.
the relationship, and some
And
guys
I
want to
respect
be.
it so much when a woman is way taller than the guy too. Like I've seen it in public, and I'm like, wow, like
Wow.
good for you. But
But that's
Good
all
for
you
you.
get.
That could never be me.
I've never seen that, bro.
Not you either.
Good for you.
I'm like, indifferent on it.
Yo, John knows when you're like this height and you like I'm about 5'8", and you get rejected by like a really like a 5 foot girl, you're like, damn, it's like there's nothing.
No, but
there's
it-
no
it's-
shot.
it's
Cause
always-
I'm like
Always the
you want.
littlest ones,
I'm like
at
you're
the
supposed to be
tallest
the one
That's
where
what
the
we
height
say.
where the difference is good, but nah, you're 5 foot, so you're like, oh, I can get like a guy who's like
always the little
6'3",
girls.
and it'll just be incredible.
It's
for me.
always the shortest ones with the biggest
How
expectations.
tall is Joyce's boyfriend?
What's up?
He's 6'1".
He's tall. And I mean, we're all pretty tall girls. What, 5'6" to 5'8"?
Yeah.
I mean, we're on the taller
They're tall
spectrum.
girls, that's good then.
Yeah.
That means
What's that?
on average a little closer.
What do you mean?
They said
In
they're tall
heels,
girls.
when
Yeah.
we're,
You're
we're
tall?
Yeah.
So it's like even in heels, it's like it makes him.
Is
feel
that what
better.
you guys
Believe
think
it.
about? Like if I'm taller than them in heels? No.
No.
Never thought.
Yes.
'Cause
I don't wear heels all the time. Laura's a little bit of an exception.
Guys, I thought this was like an honesty.
okay.
Like,
This
there has to be like
somebody
No,
help me out.
You,
Lie
you can't be the only
Depends
one.
how
They
tall
must
I
just
am.
be lying.
because
Oh,
heels
yeah,
could
must just be
that'd
lying.
be great.
heels like
I know
vary
they're
in
I
height.
know they're lying.
No.
We're gonna go out tonight and
No,
she's
no.
not gonna want to talk to anyone shorter than
Oh, I didn't say, but
Who's
I'm not
she?
wearing heels then.
Avital.
yeah, that's
Oh.
true.
It
Yeah,
depends,
I don't
'cause
wear
heels
heels
could
all
be
the
6
time.
foot. Like if my heels make me 6'1", and they're 5'11",
How do you
like that's
walk?
fine.
Hold
'Cause
on.
normal
That's true.
basis, he's taller than me.
But how
It's
are you
that
gonna
one
feel when
time.
you're looking down at him? How's that gonna feel?
Like I'm looking down on
Empowering.
you. Like I'm looking down on
Empowering.
you.
I hope he gets scared.
Female
That's
empowerment,
crazy.
women empowerment.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
That's
support
crazy.
it. For you.
But it's like on a regular basis, I'm not the taller
Yo,
one.
this is the bedroom, not the boardroom, fam. Like,
Yeah.
we're all same plane at that level.
nah, at that level you want to be like, boss CEO, right? You got
Really.
Do you like a girl that like I don't know,
No.
takes charge?
no,
Is the man in the relationship? Is that attractive or is that unattractive?
no. I almost get like I don't know if cold feet is the right way to say it,
Okay.
but it kind of
Yeah.
like I'm just like
The ick.
it's
Oh
I
my
don't
God,
think
I
guys
love
have an
talking
ick.
about
I don't even
icks.
think
Let's
that's a
talk
thing,
about
but
icks.
like I'm just like I'm like why? Like I have to ask why right away.
But like, do you often make the first move, or do you expect a girl to make a first move?
I wouldn't even like if a girl asked me out like that would I don't care how attracted I am to her otherwise, like it would just be like I would just be like, why are you asking me out? Like, do you ask out a lot of guys? Like it's just
Personally,
So-
I
It's
love
just
when
weird
women
to me.
ask me out.
Yeah, it's
Really?
a compliment.
It's just like it's just the idea of having someone obsessed with you is just so great.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say
She
that
has,
I'm
like,
not I'm not gonna say I'm not flattered,
You're not
but like
flattered.
but no, like I am flattered, of course, but it's like
imagine
I just-
someone
But
say,
I feel
you're
like
I
it's
just wouldn't be comfortable with me.
inherently, I think men like to be the ones to
Yeah,
take more charge.
definitely.
I think it's more
Yeah.
like in there.
It's
No,
a-
it's so
Yeah.
it's like
Inherently,
control
yeah,
as
we
well,
like
like
it when
control
they take
freak.
charge
Yes.
at
Yeah.
the beginning too.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Like,
can agree with that. I also
I would
do
like a
like
guy
that.
to ask me
No,
out.
I
Like,
like
I don't
when
want to be
I
asking
like
him
when they can do
out.
things on their own.
I want him chasing me. Like
Okay, what's like the
Yeah.
like when you're
Hey, we ain't going.
no.
Avital is just like
saying
got to the bottom of it. She's like, yeah, I like it when a guy asks me out. Like, I want the guy to take control. Nah, I like it when he chases me. Like she's keeping it 100.
She enjoys the chase.
I'm
Oh.
being honest.
Being
Yo,
chased.
I like it when a guy asks me out.
I'll
Not
double
in a
down
creepy
on
way.
that.
She agrees.
I double down.
I
what's
like
what's a
being
chase
chased.
though? Like
When a
is that?
guy is
Oh.
like more obsessed with you than you are with them.
Yes. When he double texts.
Yeah,
when he double
he
texts.
double
No.
texts.
This is all cap right
Not-
now.
No,
This is
No,
all
Hey,
but
with
sometimes
three
it's
Ys and you're
cringe.
like, oh,
You
yeah.
know, but it's got to be someone you're kind of into. But
Yeah,
like
and then you're like, oh
Well,
my
that's the thing, right? Like you
Yo.
gotta be like.
Guys,
you gotta
if I
cross certain
if I sent my
thresholds,
crush
and then
3
it's
texts
creepy.
and she didn't reply, does that mean I should send 6
What if
texts
you're
and she
not
will?
into them
Like-
and
no, no, that's
Yes.
that's creepy.
or is that like nah, like
That's too much.
she's not okay?
No,
okay,
no,
okay.
no.
I'm gonna keep that in mind. I'm gonna still try. You can always try.
Okay, well, that's how we gotta determine like what real icks are. Because if you chase too much,
No,
you're
that-
fucking creepy.
That's an ick.
If you're
That
not hot
chasing
enough-
too much.
Yeah.
There's a spectrum.
A slight.
There's a
But
very
it's
important.
more like a linear relationship. Because if you're ugly
Yeah.
and you're chasing too
Oh,
much,
no,
it's gonna
that-
be worse.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
There is
Wait,
this one
I know
guy-
some of us struggle with math, so can y'all just like what's the limit?
I can't- what the fuck, bro? But yeah.
No, like what are you trying to say?
He's like,
oh,
Bro,
you
just
don't know-
just cause you say something in math terms doesn't mean it's not toxic, bro. Like, like just say what you're trying to say, bro.
Okay, sorry. So if you're ugly and you think that your riz is impeccable, it's never gonna work.
There you go. You
You
don't
just
need
need to st-
True.
you just need to settle. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Yeah, you don't need to be like, cause if your eye dispersion on the linear scale is like 2 widths away, like, no, you're just ugly.
Do you guys actually
Yeah.
think about like leagues like that? Like if you think, oh, this guy's out of my league, and you're like, oh, that's cute, fuck off. Like that's ever happened to you guys?
I was literally talking about this the other day. If a guy is like too pretty,
Yeah.
And it's
Too
like-
pretty.
like it's too much. Like I feel like I'm way out of like you're way above my league.
Mhm.
I won't be into you
Bro, that must be the
Wow.
story of
I
my
just-
life, man.
I think it's a
That's
psychological block.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
because it's like
story of my life.
crazy. Bro, if I ever get drunk, I'm just like, yeah, I guess it's okay.
Happens to be
Don't
so
worry that
often.
I'm out of your league.
So what's your biggest ick in
What's
a girl?
up?
What's the biggest ick
Biggest stick?
that a
Ooh.
girl can do?
Okay, so just to be clear, there's like a difference between like unattractive girls who I don't find attractive and like ick is like
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah.
Like if you find this girl conventional, like you find her
Like a girl?
visually attractive, but
What
she
could-
does something.
Like
What
if
can
she's
she
a
do?
10 out of 10, what would make her
Yeah.
a 5 out of 10?
That's so tough. Like not much really.
Really?
Yeah, we can ask John about this. I don't know if it's a
Like
general
even
thing.
little stuff.
No, I got an ick.
Like whenever, honestly, all the time, I'm just like,
He's
Like
ready.
if
I'm
she
ready.
posts like I don't know TikToks or something.
Bro.
oh,
many
okay, I
Just
would.
anything.
First strike.
Like okay.
Yo, if
Yeah,
she's
your
if she's
ex.
if she's
The
going a
biggest
little
ick.
bit too crazy on the gram,
Yeah.
and there's like an OF link.
Oh.
No, but okay, the one thing
Oh.
that does turn me. That's more of that's
Yeah,
more
but if you
rational.
get-
The one thing for me that
you
is an
get
ick.
a portion.
Yeah.
Is, what's up?
If you get a percentage.
Oh, I'm right in.
Yeah.
Business minded first and foremost.
That's actually a green flag. Actually.
that's a literal green flag.
She's like, I'll give you some percentage. I'll cut for this. I'll be like, okay, I could participate too. Like we.
Yo,
can
I've actually. Oh my. Okay.
Okay.
That's for
Oh,
another.
you
That's
thought
for
about
another.
I know you
I
thought
w-
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I think the biggest thing for me is when someone is. Okay, I have two actually, but my first one is when someone is like super emotional, and not in a way of like you know they're in tune with their emotions, as in like they make really rash decisions and they put themselves in terrible positions all the time. I'm not gonna fucking clean up your mess, nor will I be able to talk to you because you're so emotional.
Well, they're always an emotion mind.
Yeah. Well, I
How
mean,
did you build up that ick?
At that point, that's like honestly like parenting.
That's an experience. That's a wise ink.
Yeah, it's a wise.
wise.
From,
It's an
Comes from a
experience.
deep
built.
place.
Yeah, it comes from
From the
experience.
past.
Yeah.
No, I would say
Just like
But like
PTSD.
day to day stuff. Tell me something day to day that if you
It's
saw
crazy,
her-
bro, 'cause-
you can see that. Like when you can tell someone's emotional as fuck.
Wow, you're talking
Like,
about
no-
deep trauma.
N-
right now.
like-
No,
I
it's like
don't think you can
flip-flopping.
notice it like
No,
right
you
away.
can. Like it's
almost.
like if someone goes like I don't know. It's when they're just
How
extra,
they
like-
respond to things and like situations.
You
Yeah.
mean dramatic when they're dramatic?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
No,
with
but
the
like-
extra. Also, maybe this is also a deeper one. Maybe
I'm so
need it.
curious.
I'd say like if they put no effort to figure out like what's going on in your life, like that's just so
Yeah.
annoying. And you see that with people in general, but they just like really don't even care. I just like I won't
Yo,
even.
can
talk
you
to
But
be
is
a
that
10
an
out of
ick or is
10,
that
but
just like a standard?
That's a standard,
Like,
I think.
that
You
is
think?
That's
that
a
is a standard.
Okay.
Like,
that is like
Well, no,
they-
it could be an ick for you. It's just for most people standard. Like, as long as that's actually truly what happens, an ick is like a visceral reaction.
like a
Just like
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me, like drugs.
No. Like I will go like if I'm like talking to them and like they're just so like okay, I guess maybe it is a standard. But if they just say like pretty uninteresting things, I'll just be like okay. If they're dumb, I'll just not talk.
Cap.
What do you mean?
Yeah. No, they're like super beautiful, and they're just dumb. And you're like, no, never mind,
Yeah, if they're
bro.
ugly, that's a
Nah, I
huge
know
thing.
you, bro. I've seen what goes on. We know some
Yo, I don't
pretty
really think
we know some pretty stupid girls, bro,
think
who
too
you
much
love,
about
bro.
About icks, I think too much about like things that are like green flags. You know, like high cheekbones.
Okay.
Crazy.
Wait.
Crazy.
Okay.
High cheekbones. Oh, you know what's
Yeah.
an ick? Their voice. Oh, that's an ick for me.
Okay.
If they have,
Okay.
I'm really like
Like
specific
the-
on voice.
So what do you like?
Like it has to be like I can only like describe it as like a light skin voice. Like, you ever talk
Wow.
to like a light skin? They're like
give
they're
us
like,
an impression.
man. I can't.
Yes, you can.
They're like
We've
they're
seen the
so
photos.
they speak English like American English so well. Like they just sound incredibly.
How do you guys
articulate.
feel about men's voices? I saw this TikTok for an app, and I was genuinely shocked. I've never scrolled through my phone through their account and been like
What was the
just like scared about what's going on.
What was
what
it?
was it?
It's effectively like female porn, porn for women, like in an app. But basically, what it is, it's audio, and they
Oh.
have like bro, they have like dudes with like sexy ass voices moaning,
Are you playing it?
and just like
Okay, hold on. I gotta find a perfect clip of Zendaya speaking.
What like
That's
what
it.
what's the
That's the
question? Is the
standard?
That's the
question
standard. Okay, maybe not this guy. I'm trying to play a clip of Zendaya speaking. That's a great. Well, now we're watching the ads.
Fucking YouTube.
What's the question though?
what's that?
Like about the voices.
This is not
She
working
is-
too well.
She is a good
She's
voice.
just laughing. There you go. You hear that voice?
So is that a voice you like or
Bro,
voice?
they need to stop with all this extra shit.
Bro, just pull up some voice messages that you really like.
Being very shy and guarded in the first film to now kind of opening up and being a little bit more
Bro, that sounds like a generic female voice.
Yo, you'd be surprised how
But
many
it's
people do
Zendaya.
not sound like that.
Yeah, there you-
No, but like
That's so true,
if
bro.
they
This
have
guy's
any
like,
accent,
this guy's like, listen to this voice. Like it's all just because
no,
it's
like
Zendaya.
if they have any accent, any like weird way
Go
they
off
articulate.
Avital.
What's your
Wait,
thought on
wait.
like girls with
Wait, but didn't you say it's
raspy
primal
voices?
though? Yo, wait, hold on. It's this guy's like it's primal, and you just want the whitest voice ever, right?
I've been a little indoctrinated.
So you-
I'm not gonna lie.
So you're just trying to through the voice
She's light
figure
skinned,
out
though.
how many generations deep they've been living on this land effectively.
What?
Like no like
Fuck.
like you want the purest blood essentially is what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, straight from the motherland, huh? straight from Germany. Is that what you're saying?
I'm thinking more like Scotland type.
No.
In a
Oh,
Scottish
you're thinking
accent?
redheads.
What's
You're thinking, yeah, no,
Maybe
I'm a
ginger.
blonde kind of guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Are blondes from Germany? Is that I don't see the connection.
What? You never like Lederhosen? I don't know. Like
Is that like the origination of blonde people?
Yeah.
You're right.
What's
yeah.
that?
no, but they're too
Scandinavian.
tall for me.
Thor.
They're all like 6'7". I could never.
6.
No height surgery is gonna make my.
You should
spine
search
go
up like
bigger.
country with the average like shortest height for men and shortest height for
Oh,
women,
I
and
just go to
go
Asia,
there,
but
yeah.
I'm not into Asians. It looks like my mom.
Asians never want to date Asians. Here we are again. Classic stereotype.
Nah, that's so
Mhm.
true. Actually, so true. You
Yeah.
just want to move up in the hierarchy, you know. Hey, bro, we're we're like,
Nah, I actually disagree with that, bro. I don't think there is a hierarchy.
dude. I don't think
In
I've
fact,
ever
just you
seen,
saying
like,
that
an
would be
Asian on
offensive to me,
Asian
bro.
couple.
What's up?
I've never seen like an Asian on Asian couple.
That's
Asian
because
on
your
Asian?
dad's white.
I've never seen it. You've never seen like two Asian people dating?
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
I have. Like,
Yes.
Have you ever been to I don't know, Asia?
Well, I'm not
Good
there.
question.
Okay, I'm talking about in Canada.
Tell us you have no Asian friends without telling us.
So I just like being surrounded by the whites.
Are you familiar with like Asian immigrants?
No. I actually went to like a Filipino birthday party.
That's the ick for John. That's the ick. I'm sorry.
What?
So
If
when
they're Asian,
when
that's
when did
the-
you move
that's the
here?
ick.
Oh, in this generation? Oh no.
Okay, no. Okay. Let's talk about your guys' icks. Mine is definitely voice though. That's something like I will just stop
Okay.
talking to someone about that.
Laura, go.
I just want to talk about day-to-day ones. There's just so many,
Go.
like
She's
the
got a
pong
list.
ones, like
What do you
the
mean pong? Like if
oh.
they're good at beer pong?
no.
They're bad
like,
at beer pong?
The ick when the ball rolls away
and they're running
and
after
they're running
the ball. that
after the
falls
ball to pick it up
Okay.
to get it back. Oh,
Hold on.
big.
That is
Yo, this is such like a man
I ever
versus
done
no,
woman
let's
Have
thing.
I
get
ever
into
done that?
this.
Cause
Have
like
you ever thought I've done that? Have I ever done that?
We played pong together.
Did
And
I don't think I saw you
Did I
do
do
it.
that?
Did you?
Did I do that?
I was trying really hard not to look. I'm not gonna.
Yes, I did. I'm never gonna do that again.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
No, and me and John were playing, and every time the ball rolled away, I would try to make him get it, so I wouldn't have to bend down.
Yo, tell us more about the icks that
Okay,
John
but
Yeah.
those balls
showed
got
you.
No,
lost
no,
so
no.
That's actually
No,
true.
no, no,
I
no,
feel like
yeah.
I'm always
They
grabbing the
found
ball now. Like I feel like guys are not
Yo,
grabbing
John.
the ball anymore.
Okay, sorry. I'm just
Okay.
like I'm a one of a kind. I don't know. What? Oh, face. You want me to face?
Yeah.
Performance, you know what I'm saying?
Or like the sports ones when they try really hard in sports and they're just having a rough day.
When they
not
point and
good.
say, "This
When
one's
they-
for you."
This one's
for
and
you.
then
So
they
basically, when
miss.
they're just bad at sports.
when they're bad at sports, but they're
Yeah,
cocky
if they're
and they
good
think
at
that they're good.
sports, like I feel like that elevates them.
good at
like
sports
you could
puts
be
you
like
way higher
a
on
7
the
out of
list.
10, but if you're good at your sport,
If you're good at
you'll
your
be a
sport,
9 out of
that's
10.
hot.
What about,
like
like,
that's
hot.
hot.
Like if a guy has a lot of money.
I thought you said, what about badminton?
Oh.
Just because I wanted to ask that. So
What about badminton? You want
It
to
does-
Well, it
Yeah.
depends. Are
Badminton's
you
like a
cocky
little
about it?
pussy
Are you
sport.
like bragging about it?
That's
Like
the key. Are they cocky about
Yeah.
it? Do they make it known
Yes.
in every sentence that they
Yes.
speak? That's a bit difficult.
I just wear like suits all the time.
Do you even have money if you don't talk about it all the time?
Right?
Yeah, but there's a difference
True.
between having money and having class. Those are two very different
Yeah.
things.
Girls
Yeah.
love
And
Yeah.
I love class.
One is you have old money, and one is you worked for it yourself.
Exactly.
Old
And
money people
it's like-
usually have class though.
Yeah, I'm saying. So I'm saying if you
Yeah.
hustled for your money yourself, you finna flex it.
Exactly.
If your dad got you money, then you're
But
classy.
if you're
you know what I'm
constantly
saying?
being like, "Oh yeah, I just got a new car. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I just got these new
Yeah.
Prada shoes." Like, okay.
We don't.
You say
care.
that though, but like
It's-
if you
no,
have,
but
like if
it's-
you say that though, but if there's a poor guy who has class, you're gonna probably choose the guy with a car.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Like,
But-
what the heck?
Yeah, so hypocritical.
So hypocritical.
I'm just kidding. If you guys like,
Most
okay, a poor
crazy.
guy with a lot of class, a lot of drip, he just is broke as shit. He takes the bus everywhere. He'll never Uber you anywhere.
Who are you describing?
Depends how much potential he has. You have to think
Yeah.
long-term potential.
You
I
guys
can
invest
fix
in
him.
that.
I can fix him.
I can make him rich.
If he has
Yeah.
the brains, if he's just not successful now, but he might be successful in the future, that's a long-term investment.
Really, is that like oh my god, you guys actually like invested people, man? That's crazy.
100%.
Like, does that come with your friendships as well? Like, do you like try to choose friends who you think you're?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
think
choose friends who you're similar to and have similar goals and morals
Yeah.
and values too. I feel like.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but we
I
were
feel
talking about how in high school you're sort of pushed into a pool of people. You didn't really have much choice, and in university you get to pick who you're friends with.
That's true.
You have every opportunity to meet as many people as you want, and you can decide who's going to be a part of your life.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, but like, I don't know. I don't really think about. I used to think like that a lot, but lately I've been
It's
trying
true,
to
no?
just accept like. No, it's true, but like lately I've been trying to just accept like of course you can choose, but like I feel like I got to a point where I was on the wrong side of the spectrum where I just wanted perfect people around me, and that's a really bad.
What do you mean?
Mindset.
What do you mean?
Like, dude, I just want to be surrounded by top G's all the time.
Like they had to fit a specific criteria,
Yeah.
or you didn't want them around.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
I would just like shut myself off from that.
But you can have different pools of friend groups. I think
Yeah.
university, that's what I'm saying. High school doesn't really give you that option.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And now you can have, those friends that you do this with and those friends that
Yeah.
you do that with.
Every
You have-
adult
different
actually like says
interests.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because not all your friends are gonna align with all of your interests. So you gotta have.
Oh,
You gotta have
variety.
different friends for
Yeah.
different things.
as time goes on, less and less of your
But
friends.
how do you
align.
know
Yeah.
like? But how do you? I've
You
been
pull
really
them.
struggling with setting up like genuine foundations of trust. Like, how do you know who's your people?
What's up? Why,
That's a bit of an
That's a
inside
crazy
joke.
statement.
Okay.
Um,
My fault.
That might need to be cut out.
that might need to be cut out.
But you know what I mean? Like setting like
No.
like I don't know. Like I've been having like a lot of like I don't know, man. Like when I first came to university, I just wanted to have like best friends right away. But I ended up being really isolated because I just thought like I needed to grind to show that I was capable to those people, so that people would think I'm a good investment.
True friendships are friendships that you don't have to force. So if
Yeah.
you're pushing yourself going into university and I'm like, I need to be friends with the people I met first week, frosh week, like those aren't going to be your true friends.
Yeah.
Like the odds are going to be way lower that they're going to be.
I think
your
I just
true
need to
friends.
see therapy. I'm not gonna lie. Felipe
Yeah.
he actually pointed this out to me. I was talking to him and he's just like, dude, I just think you don't accept yourself. And when
No.
he told me like yeah, John, like I just like spending time with you, and that's not something that I really thought about. Like people actually value me for being a human.
Is this turning
Yes.
into a therapy session right now?
Oh
Let's
no
get
no
into
no!
it.
It's
I can't
We
believe you
value
guys
you,
came
John,
on and like
and
in
we
20
value
minutes
your
we've gone
time with
deeper than
you.
we've ever gone on any podcast.
that's like everyone.
That's what we do.
I love these friends for you. This
That's
is
like-
great.
Let's get into it.
You guys must be doing mad work. Like,
Yeah, why don't we turn to you?
What's up? No. Because I was about to
Psychoanalyze
say, that if John ever gets like a little bit too like, yo, Andrew, I just think I just want to chill out, no more grind,
Send
bro.
him
Y'all
nuts.
gotta hop off. I don't need this. See me, I'm still like completely like corrupted, like capitalist, like just like completely in pursuit of career success. So like, there's no need. I know if I go to therapy, it's just gonna lower my chances of being rich, So
Yeah, I just can't
but to
take
that
risk.
point, I will point out how like the people that I actually roomed with in first year, now because I spent 8 months of my life with them, through those experiences we build up a connection, and now when I see them, it's just shits and giggles, and it's funny because I'll say like, these people are so different than me. If we were not situationally stationed together, we would have never become friends, right? Like, but these dudes, just like my high school guys, like same thing. Like we're completely different now, but because we built
family.
up that connection when we were in school, like I still see them, and it's just like fun, right? Friends are all about emotion, right? It gets like the visceral emotion out of you, happiness. So like like I see them, I get lunch with them, right? Again, like if I actually met them, like just like not situationally, we would have never ever connected because we would have tried to talk about something rational, and it's like, I don't care about the football game and you don't care about fucking OpenAI. So.
But like when you're 50 and you have your family Thanksgivings, are you inviting them over? Are you staying in contact? Are you going to their house? Like, are these long-term friends?
Yeah,
uh
I'd say so.
it depends on whether I would have to make an effort over the 30 years till then to keep the connection
Yeah.
going often.
Do you think you're
And
going to
they
do
would-
that?
No.
Yo, okay.
I
How about
heard it
this? How about
here
this? This is a
first.
question for
What's
everybody, like bridesmaids and groomsmen, equivalent. Like, who would you choose as your top 5 bridesmaids/groomsmen? Like, do you have a list, and do any of them include?
No,
I mean, obviously, I'm your best man.
I have a list of top 10 wives, but not top 5 groomsmen. Just kidding. I don't list for anything.
What are your thoughts on your wife being more successful than you? Your wife being the breadwinner.
Oh no, never.
I think there's a difference between
What?
my wife being the quote-unquote breadwinner and her being more successful than me.
Okay.
True.
I mean, even if she makes more money than me, like that's
So
that's
answer
great.
each separately.
That's great.
Would you really want that
It's
leverage,
not-
though?
what's
That
that?
leverage taken away?
I don't really. What do you mean the leverage
It's
though?
not really leverage.
You see, no, but it's interesting you talking about like your capitalist struggle, you're cold, but in reality, I'm actually like so much colder. Like
It's a little bit different. But I see the humanity. Like for me, like I've always wanted to be resourceful. Like when I was a kid, like what really imprinted on me is when I would like go to a barbecue and there'd be like that one dad who's like the most I don't know, like the most
Yeah.
sociable.
Yeah.
Like like all the kids are like he's giving the kids high fives. Like like this is like some typical ass shit, right? So to me that comes down to some basic stuff. Like if you're a resourceful guy, you have really good investments, and I just take it to the max. Like yeah, like you're gonna be as rich as possible. I don't. Like to me, I don't feel like I need like my wife to be poorer than me, but I actually want my wife like I just don't care. Like it doesn't really matter
Would
to
you
me.
ever consider doing a joint
Venture?
account?
Like
Bank account.
is that like a big deal?
I would.
Well,
I would
some
still.
people do it, some
Let's talk
people
about
Yeah.
prenups.
I don't really.
Yeah.
I don't really fuck with the joint
Are
bank
Are you
account, but-
signing a prenup?
Are you signing a prenup?
I would not.
No.
I
What's
probably
that?
would never get legally
I
Am
would
I-
married.
sign a prenup.
A prenup.
Oh, that depends if. Oh, then it depends if I'm
Yo,
the successful one or she's the successful
I would
one.
never. I'm pretty sure we talked about this. I'd probably never get legally married.
What's that?
Say that again.
Yeah.
I'd probably
Never
never
get
get legally
legally
married.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
Like,
if we go to court and she's trying to yak
You
my
can be
shit,
common law.
what does that mean?
But why are
Like,
you
you just
marrying her
live
then if
together.
she's
yeah,
trying
that's
to yak your
true.
shit?
That's true. They'll
Because I
still.
love her.
Because eventually
Yeah,
it all
yeah.
becomes
That changes
legal.
a lot, though. You see how.
Wait,
fast
John, you're
Yeah.
telling me
loving
that
relationships could
for
end.
the rest of your life, you're never gonna be legally
Oh, she'd be
married to
my
anyone.
wife, but like if we get divorced
common
and
law.
she robs my like look at Bill Gates, Bill and Melinda Gates, bro.
Okay, that's a.
Richest rich. What
Yeah.
does that mean?
Yeah, you're still gonna get
You live
robbed.
together for a certain period of time. You're considered
Yeah,
married
in
under law.
Canada, yeah.
Yeah, she'll still.
So
sue you.
did you
Oh,
just-
you're
I
stuck.
still own nothing. Oh fuck.
Yeah. So that's the thing, right? Some of us simple-minded, right? Oh, I don't get married. Doesn't know the law. Me? I got 10 wives.
the law.
How many assets do I have? None. That's
My
my
mom
boy's
owns
assets. That's
it.
my mom's assets.
My mom's
That house. Oh no, my sister owns that house. Did you marry my sister? No. Oh,
Shall I have 10
well, shit. Mashallah. But yo, prenup wise, what? Okay. If I knew, I would actually be able to fully know, like almost to 99% certainty, I will know if my girl is just gonna be like typical woman or if she's gonna like become very wealthy, right?
If she becomes wealthy.
But you know what? I
would
still
that
won't know if
change
she'll
your
become
decision on
on
a
prenup? Yeah.
Yeah, because that means she gets the game.
Yo, a prenup to me would be completely tactical. Like there would be no like emotional love in it. I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Although I guess I say that now.
Well, like of course, like if you have
So-
emotion to it, it'd be kind of personal on them. It's like I'm doing this because I don't trust you. Like
Yeah.
it should be completely.
Yeah.
Logical.
Yo,
Yeah,
she would cry, but I'd be like, look, cry,
Shoddy.
get over it. Okay, let's go get married now and have fun. Like,
True.
what it
Yeah.
like,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
like, what you gonna be doing? 2 years later, like, oh, the prenup. Okay, like, bitch, I know you just want my money now. Like, second I sign the prenup, boom, marriage over. Fuck. Makes YouTube. I would make a YouTube video about it and go off.
All right. So who would you have as your groomsman? Top 5.
My groomsman, you have one, right?
No.
No, best
Groomsman
man is
best
one.
man is one.
Best man. What's a groomsman? That's a thing.
It's like
Just
it's like your
the
homies.
Bridesmaid.
accessory people.
Yeah.
Like the guys
Oh.
that are standing.
Like I have to
There.
decide between you and
They're
James who
your
would be my
side
best man.
characters.
James can be your best man. I think that would be right. You would be my
I
best
wonder
man.
what his speech would be though.
What's that?
I don't know if his speech would be as good as yours. Though.
You don't trust him.
I think James's
Yeah, I
speech
think
would
he
be
would
funny.
say some stuff.
I think my speech would be like much more like,
I think he'd make you cry, and James
Yeah.
would make you laugh.
yeah.
no,
yeah.
James
Yeah.
would probably make me cry.
interpretation.
A lot harder.
Depends how.
That's the point,
I'd
though.
be-
James will do it
That's
all.
true.
James would
Bro,
make me cry.
James will. James.
We'll make
James is your
sob.
brother. Like that's just that.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's my blood.
I don't have a brother, so
Yeah.
right? So, but yeah, like if the thing is, if you're a guy, your best man is probably gonna be your brother.
But
if
what
you
about the
have one.
groomsmen? Like it's like your top 5 homies.
That'll definitely change by the time I get married, if I ever do. But
Okay, of course.
if
Well, I'm talking about right
if
now.
I was
Right
getting,
now.
if I was getting married
you got
tomorrow,
married tomorrow,
okay, Bro, you gotta stop saying that name. Like,
What? It's
like
for
that's
lore,
not
bro.
relevant, bro.
You don't like lore?
Was that? There is, I guess. Fuck. I guess you just don't know the fuck.
Yeah, they gotta know the lore. It's like inside jokes. Anyways,
Okay.
top 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotta
Probably
reward the first viewers, you know.
probably Hattie.
Really?
Well, I'm just putting him in there, right? I'm not even saying who's first. I'm saying who I would know.
no, I know.
So basically, I have a friend Hattie who produces this podcast, and
Really nice.
ever since he started doing it, we became way better friends. So yeah, him. Probably like Yufang.
Oh, real.
Yufang is my friend from high school. The thing is, I want to be my groomsman, but I swore I would never see him ever again.
So would you have him as your best man?
Yo, out of principle, I would.
If you wanted
I
to be
would have him
successful,
nowhere
I don't
around
think
me.
it would be a good, strategically speaking, I don't think it would be a good look.
Yo, real. I like that. Okay, so yeah, Laura, with Laura's advisement, I will be denying.
With
Yes,
all
but
due
yeah.
respect to this person. I
Yeah,
think
no respect at all. No.
No
Oh,
respect.
there's always-
No respect.
There's no respect.
Well, I'm only respect because I'm scared. Like genuinely. Only show respect because I'm scared. Like fuck you, but like it's all good. I got nothing against you. Please don't come at me. Like I generally said like I'll never have like I would never like I'm scared. Like I know if this guy comes to my house, bro, my life is getting ruined. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. He's gonna steal some shit.
Wow.
Like it's over.
You'd
Fuck,
actually
man.
fold, bro.
Wow.
If he came to your house, you would fold.
No.
You would beat him.
Security 911 right away. Bro.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Hattie, Yufang, I'm gonna try to bust out real quick. Let me think. Can I get some university boys in there? Yo, yeah, I'd probably have like the 3 guys I roomed with last year.
You still talk to them all?
I mean the ones who I have class with more so.
Or you
But
could just avoid all of this and elope.
what's up?
You could just
I feel
elope.
like if
Elope.
you
I would
don't
love
have the
to.
names right
elope?
away, like listed,
You might as well just
you shouldn't be having them.
Oh.
as
save
your
money,
groomsmen.
live
Yeah.
better. Just go elope.
You don't.
Nah, spend money, live better.
Would any of you elope?
I would.
Really?
Well, you could
Yeah.
elope.
I
and
would.
then do
I would
a
elope
show
and
marriage.
then do a show marriage.
I
That is what
guess.
I would do.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what I would want. You have to have the show.
One
you know?
for me, one for my mom.
That's the point,
Yeah.
right? It's for your parents. Like, it's not really like for me. I don't really care about the wedding, but like, you want to do it for like your family, right? Like,
Yeah.
they want to see you
parents,
succeed.
grandparents.
And I feel
Mhm.
like weddings now, especially, are becoming more, I think, about your friends, not as much
Yeah.
about your family, which is good
Yeah.
because it's also like your friends often see a lot more. Well, like I worked a lot of weddings this summer, and there was a lot more like people's close friends and like their friends there rather than their like grandparents or like great aunts and great uncles. Yeah, it was
Yeah, because
weird.
at the end of the day, you want to spend time with your
Yeah.
friends. Like a lot of the time, I feel like when people are hosting, they don't want to be going up to everyone and be like, "Hi, how are you?" Like they just
No,
want
it's
to have fun
bad.
and just like get along with it. So if it's mostly like
Yeah, they don't want
cater
to put
to your
effort to
friends,
like
yeah.
meet new people.
And
they
also
wanna
like
be with their
on your
people.
wedding day, like so many brides just like don't eat because they have so much like stress. Like when I was working weddings this summer, I would see this like there was this one bride in particular. She would come up and be like, "My family members are gonna be late. Can you save food for them?" Blah 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 blah. Then she would go run around and say hi to like everybody that was there. She wasn't even with like her husband, who she just got married to, because she was like so focused on going and
Yeah.
making sure everyone else was happy when the day was about her.
So I'm actually. What did you do? You worked at
I catered.
Okay.
So like I served and catered this summer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's.
So I get like the behind the scenes.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
behind, love that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But on the specific subject of the culture shift in terms of who's you're waiting for,
Mhm.
it's just a change. I don't know, generationally, whatever,
Yeah.
like what side you live in, whatever. Because like for me, I don't mind that. Because to me, my wedding, my like whatever I like, if I'm actually getting married, like I see that as a woman essentially joining my family.
Yeah.
So like if I date around, whatever, like I'm just gonna have fun with it. But when it comes to actually like my marriage, my kids, I see that as an extension
That is
of
your
my
family.
lineage. So I don't even see my marriage as really for me. Like I would see the ceremony as for my family, and like the same way that 90% of the time when I'm like, let's say talking to people, whatever, like I might not be enjoying myself talking to them, but I'm like, okay, like I need connections, like I need to know people,
Mhm.
whatever. Like it's kind of the same thing. Like yo, trust me, I get no joy of talking to I get no like of like the typical, like not the same joy that I get like talking to a friend. I don't get any of that when I talk to like my grandma who has like Alzheimer's, and I barely even know who she is, frankly. Like she grew up in like different country, whatever. Like I don't have any like real connection with that. But by the fact that I know that technically she is my parents' mother, I'm like, okay, like no, like I owe you this. Like I wouldn't be alive. I also would not be in the position that I am if it weren't for what you did and ways in which you suffered, whatnot. So to me, it just kind of all makes sense as like a gradually evolving thing up to this point.
And you owe it to your friends too. But
Yeah.
on a lighter note,
That's true.
think about it. Let's say you're 29. All your friends are getting married. All your friends are having kids. You're still single. I mean, a great way to meet people is weddings.
Yeah.
You have to think about your friends, you know?
Yo,
like
you're
you
running
want
up how much
trying to
mother
set
right
your
now.
friend up like you're two single
always,
29-year-olds. You
Love
gotta
is in
like
the air.
love is in the air.
No, of course, of course.
You gotta be a little selfless, you know?
I go to the weddings, right? Because I want to find my next wife. You know,
That's
we're
it.
not just trying to
Yeah.
hit on the bridesmaids just
Exactly.
for, you know.
Yeah, I hit on the bride.
Yeah, depends
think
who's
that would
bride.
end well.
I mean, they paid that much already to set up the wedding. You might as well
Yeah,
take it to your
was-
advantage.
Real.
Exactly. Catch the bouquet.
Mm.
Have you ever seen like a guy catch the bouquet? Is that like a thing that people still do? I haven't like ever. I've actually
think so,
never
yeah.
been to a
Yeah.
wedding.
Gay marriage is a thing, yeah.
What?
Oh my god, I worked a gay wedding. It was
What's going
so
on?
fun.
Well, he said, have you ever seen a guy catch a bouquet? Yeah.
Well, it's
yeah.
not always like, yeah.
I thought it was for, like,
Personally,
them to get
no.
married.
Does that mean that all
but
your friends are
probably has
gay?
happened.
I didn't know it meant
I
that
don't
you
know.
get married to a guy if you catch a bouquet. I
Yeah.
thought it just meant you get married next.
Yeah, that's
You
what
catch
I
a
mean.
bouquet, you're automatically gay.
No, I think that the bouquet thing is typically for the girls, but I guess now it's the girls and the gays, maybe.
I mean, like I've been saying this, like I'm gonna marry you in so soon. So like
Yeah.
you better be waiting
for love,
that.
right?
For love, yeah.
You're not even the thing
Not
is,
the
bro,
green card.
Yo, out of all of these
room.
people who you finesse, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy that you're still like honest with me, right? Like you just want me for the green card.
Yeah, I'm real. We signed the prenup.
There's no,
So long ago.
What's
I mean, we could have a wedding too, you know, for the homies. I think it has to be like it's a great emotive moment, you know, to have a wedding in California.
Bro, don't tempt me. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna take a fucking, I don't know, like are you gonna fly me in first class? Wow, like I'm really into this, bro.
I'll get you like a taxi there. We'll get married in like in front of OpenAI's headquarters.
Now that's just for you, bro. Like, I don't care about OpenAI.
They might not have a headquarters, seeing
No.
how things are
No,
going.
I'm glad you followed.
Yeah, OpenAI's headquarters in San Francisco. You know, on the street we just got some drug addicts walking by.
Downtown San Fran.
like, are we at OpenAI? My eyes closed. You're like, you're gonna love this. I'm
It's a
like,
McDonald's.
Go-to
No.
date.
No,
Yeah, if a
but
guy took you to McDonald's, would that be the ick? Unless he was super hot.
have you seen that video of like the
Marriage, the
engagement? Yeah,
proposal?
the marriage proposal.
Dude, that's
oh my god,
crazy.
yo,
At a
cringy.
McDonald's.
She was like,
I
like
think it was a
so
Chick-fil-A
pissed.
or something.
Yeah,
I
she was
would-
like, bro, you, like,
I would be
what the fuck are you
pissed.
doing? I would drop him too, to be honest. I'd be
Bro,
like,
I can't watch like cringy proposals like that shit.
No,
Yeah.
I
I
can't
would-
either.
I also would hate it like if it was at like
in a public place.
like a big screen like hockey game situation. Like
Yeah.
please
I
don't be
don't-
proposing like that.
because then it's like, oh, you have to say yes. You have to
Yeah,
say
so
yes.
like,
Well,
Well, regardless, I think you have to say yes. You'll just say no later.
My
but-
mom
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
no.
Your
The
mom
first
said
time-
no.
The first time
I'm
to
so-
my dad.
Oh, this
my
man is still
mom-
around. Oh,
My
oh.
mom said no, and then
Oh,
he
that's your dad.
proposed again later. And then
So
she said
They
yes.
is
didn't
that
break up
is
after
that
the
Is
proposal?
that the reason?
is that
for
the
bank
reason for
account
the?
thing? I don't know.
Can we get into that?
We can,
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
know
maybe
all of
not.
it.
The lore of your parents.
My
Yeah,
parents
maybe
lore? I don't know all
the
of
Griffin
it.
family lore?
Griffin
Yeah.
family lore.
I'd let them know.
I don't know. If he wants to, go for it. But
Oh yeah,
I
that's
don't know
true.
if he
Yeah,
How do you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
For
feel
my
about
hand.
proposing to guys? Like, would you guys do it?
I would not.
What's going on?
I think it goes the same thing about asking a guy on the
Yeah.
first date. Like
Yeah, I
you
would
gotta be
not.
the one going on your knees.
Like, I seen that. I just been. Oh, have you seen the ones where like they both were gonna propose on the same day? Those are crazy.
How does that, like, how would that make
Like
you
they're just
feel?
going on a good
How would
vacation.
that make you feel if you got proposed to?
I actually think it'd be so funny. I'd actually love it. Like, I wouldn't be like, wouldn't be ideal. Obviously, I'd
We'll
wanna
tell your
propose.
future girlfriend that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't tell her, please. That'd be
Yeah.
so.
I want you to propose.
Like, it would be funny because it's like, oh wow, like. Actually, no, I feel kind of bad because that means she thinks that I wasn't gonna do it. Maybe she thinks I was too
Oh.
scared.
Or maybe she just.
No, not
You know.
necessarily.
If
Maybe
she's the
I'm
right
weird,
person,
though.
she won't care.
Maybe I'm weird. I would like a girl to make the first move. Not like preferably, but if they did it, I'd be like, okay.
I'd be like,
okay.
oh my god, you like me?
Exactly,
You
like,
like me?
All right, 5 bridesmaids.
5 bridesmaids.
Right
Ooh.
now. I don't have a list.
This is hard because we have a house of 4, so I feel like I have to
Oof.
include all of them. But then
Do you
I
want
have.
to
Well, we have a house of
Are you
5,
gonna-
including.
Well,
your
yeah,
parents.
house of
Oh,
5,
yeah.
not including myself. I live with a house of 4. I think my childhood best friends, Nev and Maria, definitely.
They have to. Be.
They have to. And
your
we've
maid of
already
honor?
talked about
Who's
this.
your maid of honor?
We have to do like a little rotation, I think. We talked about the little
Yeah.
split. But then that would leave, I think I'd have to
the
do
3 of you have to do like a
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd have to do them 2, and then I can't, like, I'd have to do 6. I don't think I could leave one of the girls from
you
the
can
house
have as
out.
many bridesmaids as you want.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
asked me 5, but
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the house of girls that I'm living with right now, and then Nev and Maria.
Yeah.
If I got married tomorrow, yeah.
Do you guys think after university, like how often do you think you're gonna see each other after university?
I think as frequently as we can. Like
It depends where we live, really.
Depends where we
Yeah.
are. Because if we do if we do masters or whatever elsewhere, like if we go international, we're not going to see each other
Do you guys plan on staying in Ottawa?
after
Yeah,
undergrad.
after undergrad.
I don't think
No.
so.
Nah, me neither.
I'm going to skidad.
Yeah.
Want to leave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You don't want.
No.
Where do you guys want to go?
I don't know. Well, it really depends. Like, I feel like that's so far right now.
Mhm.
Like,
But it's
maybe
also
go west. or
Well,
maybe
given
go a whole
the
different country,
economic
like,
and political state of the world,
Oh.
right?
Talk
Yeah.
about the economic and political state of the world right now.
I have to stay at Ottawa. No,
No.
I want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
like now.
I've been looking at UBC's like master's nursing program, and that's what I would do. I think if I could, if I got into it, I would go.
yeah, pharmacy
UBC.
school,
Mhm.
UBC. But
Damn.
I don't
Oh
know.
my god, we could room together again. if you survive this year.
Oh, I thought
The
you were saying
plastic
like if I
incident?
survived like the year of school,
Yeah,
not
I
like
thought she
I
was
was like,
roasting you
wow,
academically.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like-
I was like, that's wrong.
No, I mean physically.
John, where would you
House.
go? Where do you want to live?
Man.
Where would you like to raise a family?
Yeah.
Well, that's a different question. I'd like to raise my family probably
Would you
on a farm in Alberta.
In the metaverse.
Berta.
Like right on
In
the
the-
edge. Yeah. With a
Yeah.
big field.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would want
He's
to
gonna be a
low-key
Berta
secluded
boy.
from the city
Berta
life.
boy.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
I'm not
or
being sarcastic.
But how does that align with your goals?
What are you gonna have on your farm?
Like robots. That's
Oh.
how aligns with my goals. Like I'd be building robots and I'd have them so secluded and like I don't know,
Cyborg
like
farm.
I feel like like when I grew up I kind of like I don't know, I was always really envious because like no, I wasn't super wealthy growing up, and I went to like Knoxdale where every Christmas break everyone would just be talking about, and even the teachers be like, okay, where did everyone go for winter break? And everyone would have an answer for vacation. I'd be like, yeah, like I went to play with snow with my brother in front of my backyard. You know, so
But do you that shaped you into the person that you are?
Yeah.
So
but I wouldn't want my kid to be
you wouldn't want your kids to go through that?
no, not at all.
So are you putting your kids through private school, or are you putting your kids through public?
I mean, depends if probably like close towards private or like homeschooling. I think like I don't know. They'd be
So
social
basically
different
the
ways.
complete opposite of how you were
Yeah,
raised.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd want them to be like, I would just want them to have a completely different perspective than me. It would be a shame to have them come up the way I did, because.
But
then,
why?
Like,
I mean, you turned out being the person that you are. I feel like there has to be some sort of hardship in your life
Yeah.
to get you to
Absolutely.
be.
but they can find that different ways.
That's
I'd
true.
rather their hardship be through challenges on meeting their goals rather than through struggle on having.
But
to
does that normally happen though? If we look at the
Yeah.
kids of like really successful people, is that the normal tendency? Do they strive, or do some of them crack and or take
Nepotism.
advantage of it?
That depends on how they're raised, frankly. Like you raise someone with class and they'll be classy, right? If you raise them to be a snob and give them the satisfaction, or not the satisfaction, rather you just give them the answer without having them work for it, they're obviously not going to be capable as humans. But like I don't know, like I think like this is something I've talked about with you before, where we just noticed that it seems that all these rich kids tend to be really great at art. And there's some people that we could talk about, like that, like you know, they come from wealth and now they're like for example, like I don't want to discredit people, and I don't discredit people, but like there's some people who I know who are like they're pretty wealthy and they're just really great artists.
But that's just because they have that opportunity. Someone who wouldn't come from wealth,
Exactly.
that wouldn't even be an option.
Like their mind.
But
No.
that would be their choice.
Right.
Like if I would just want them to have a choice.
Right.
Of what their heart
They
would be.
like people that grow up in wealth have choice and
I
have
don't have
that
choice.
option.
You think like I want to
Choo-
be like a $1 trillion tech entrepreneur? No.
No.
As a kid, I wanted to be like an artist too. My dad was an artist.
Yeah.
And
I think
wanted to do art as well.
Choosing arts is a luxury, and I have so many friends that have chosen the music industry or the film industry, and some of that, not all of them, obviously
Of
not
course,
all
some
of them,
people,
yeah,
coming from
but
that.
it is a luxury to be able to choose.
Yeah. And I would want to give them all the luxury.
So a lot of that
I
takes
agree.
time to become
Yeah.
successful.
Oh yeah. I just wouldn't want them to have the stress that I did. You know, like you like I don't know, like I'm sure you guys get it. Like it's just some stress that's unnecessary, some trauma that like I'd rather them not go through. Not to
Yeah.
say that's not important, but like important for what sense? It makes me better at doing the thing. It makes me make harder decisions because I need to. But I'd rather them not have to make those hard
But
decisions.
yeah, but you
Unless
should.
they choose to.
You always
Yeah.
need to keep in mind that there's a correlation between slight trauma in childhood and success in our lives. Like a lot of our parents, I don't know about you, but having immigrant parents, that is what drove them to be successful. If they didn't have that trauma, that civil war that happened, that whatever, they wouldn't have been remotely as
want-
successful.
But would you want your son to be like Elon? Because he doesn't talk to his family and he's super successful. Probably the most successful
Yeah,
person
no.
I've seen. And
No.
I wouldn't want that either. I'd rather have them like do something out of pure passion, you know? And they're good at it because they've just been working their whole life at it. Or, you know, they just love it. But yeah, like I'd rather be in like Banff chilling
I
on
feel
the
like
water.
that's just giving your child a good quality of life at the end of the day, and yourself having a good quality of life.
Yeah, yeah. And my idea for that may be wrong for them. You know, like on a farm, maybe they'll hate that. But like, I'd rather have them tinkering with my robots than tinkering with like social games and stuff like that. Even though that's important, I just like.
Yeah, I think that if you looked at it empirically rather than just like what's kind of in the media hype, you actually see that success breeds success. This is their reality of what happens. So
But
even
because we learn what the actual things are valuable, they don't have to go through that, and they probably find success earlier than
Yeah.
Like look at like Jaden Smith and Will Smith. You know, like he found success in acting early on.
yeah, you're able to cultivate that. You're able to set a standard. You're also able to create something for your kids to look up to. Of course, it can go completely wrong, and somehow your kids end up actually like basically like rebelling away from that. But that's actually as much of an outlier as it is for kids from the mud to make it out.
Yeah. So how about you, Avital? Where would you go?
What do you mean?
Like would you want to live after Ottawa?
I don't know. I'd either go west, I think, probably BC, or I don't know. I'd go to another country, but I think I'd have to go to school somewhere else for a year, or do my master's somewhere else to figure that out.
Test
I
the
couldn't just
waters.
decide. Yeah, like
Masters is in your future.
like masters or like pharmacy school, like yeah. So
Where would you go?
Professional educate. What's that?
Where would you go?
I've
like,
always wanted to live in Los Angeles,
wow.
and I've been trying to move there.
Have you been?
What's that?
Have you been to LA?
No.
Really?
Yeah. I've been to San Francisco. I've been to San Diego.
I have a question though. How
Yeah.
can you decide that you want to live there if you've never been there or experienced living there?
How can you decide you want to be rich if you've never been rich?
Yeah.
It's just it's been an aspiration forever, like the way that, and I have I take certainty in my aspirations, so I would never like question myself, like, oh, how do I?
But would
Not-
you accept the fact that if you went to visit LA and you were like, this is not what I expected, would you be devastated or would you accept that fact?
No, I wouldn't be
No,
devastated.
you just go where the wealth.
I would just go
Yeah.
where I want to go next, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I wouldn't feel like anything like my heart would be shattered or anything like that.
He's not emotional. Yeah.
That's a good green
No,
flag.
no,
for me.
I am.
Green flag.
Green flag for me. Yeah.
So,
be a good wife.
okay, I'd get emotional about that assertion, but you always treat me like a fucking woman. I know we're gay.
I'm so tired.
I'm not the fucking sub in this relationship.
One of us has to be. One of us has to be the bottom.
And
Like
it's
a
not going to
child
be
with
you.
divorced parents
That's
right
literally
now, like
Our
Bro,
adoptive
Mom
son.
and Dad are fighting.
He was getting PTSD.
Yeah.
No.
Getting hints of the Griffin family lore.
Oh my god. I do want a family growing up in New York City. But I don't. But I actually think.
One of the 10 wives.
So you want to move to the States?
I think you should have a wife in
Yeah.
every
Yeah,
major
yeah.
city. So
Yo,
that you
you're-
just get.
This is so. You're actually like. I don't know how you do this. Like you're just interpreting stuff. Like,
Yeah.
That's wild.
You're going to do like one in London. You're going to
capitalist.
do New York. You're
Yeah.
going to
She's
do
got it all
Yeah,
figured
yeah.
out.
LA.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I don't necessarily particularly want to live in New York City myself,
Mm.
but I envision.
But it's a
that-
vacation home.
But I envision. Yeah, like on the weekends.
Yeah, on the weekends.
Visit my
Right.
family on the weekends after I just came from the office.
What's up?
Yeah.
It's this family, like you have 4 wives, so like this first week you go there, and the second
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
None
it's,
of them
it's
know
the
about each
circuit.
other.
It's the circuit.
So
He's
is
a
she
different wife in
allowed-
each city? Yeah.
Is she allowed having other husbands?
Or
Or it's one way?
I mean, ideally not, but like if I can't work that out, then yeah.
But seriously though, like monogamy, that's not an option.
No, everything's an option, but it's like
It's not
I-
realistic.
Well, you gotta think
No, no,
about
no,
it.
no,
Like,
no,
Genghis
it is-
really set
it
the
is realistic,
standard,
it's
right? like he,
I'm-
like everyone's related.
the reason
to
the
him.
reason that I would pursue monogamy is that I can't pursue polygamy. But if I had the option, then I
But
would.
you always have the option. There's 8 billion people. There's always going to be an option.
Well,
The question is,
how
do you-
many women do you know that are open to raising a family for a man with 3 other families? Right? It's not exactly
You guys do it?
It's not exactly the most
No.
attractive offering, right? Yeah. So if it becomes an option, then yeah, but out of all of my aspirations, that's probably like the most like that's like
Bottom
I
of
don't
the
know.
barrel.
Yeah.
most
Mi-
bombastic.
most bombastic. Thank you. Yeah. That's like the most out there aspiration, right? So yeah, if I can do
Everything
it, then
else
absolutely.
you can settle for.
But what's that?
Everything else will be all right. You just tell her the worst thing, so she'll do the second worst thing. You
I'm
know?
sorry.
You ever like heard that technique where you tell them to
What?
like, oh, can you watch my cat for 40 years, and then you hit them with the actual expectation.
What
Do you
is
know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know
I
that
don't know.
technique?
I don't know if there's much worse, bro.
You get like, oh, could you be like the wife of like, and I have like 5 other wives, and then afterwards like, okay, can you just sign this prenup here where I own all your things? You'd be like, okay, this is.
I see what you're
bad.
saying. So he's basically saying,
Yeah,
tell her
yeah.
something really, really bad.
Yeah, so she
and
does
then,
the second one in comparison. 'cause
not
she still
bad, not
loves
bad.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Or
she
you could
just
do that,
doesn't-
right? You could be like, but do you love me though?
Oh, you just gaslight her. Like, no, I don't have any more wives.
Yeah.
No. Where are you going on the weekends? Like, what's this family photo that you have? Like, that's just,
Business.
like,
You guys ever seen what's his name? The little kid?
what? There's
um,
many.
No, the little midget from Instagram who's like
Hasbulla?
fighting.
Oh my
shit.
God, Hezbollah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hasbulla. Have you ever seen the business memes?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
How old is he?
When my
He's like 21.
Is he really?
Wow.
Or like
Yeah.
28. He's like
You
almost.
He's
sure he's
grown.
not? Yeah.
he's grown. Yeah.
Do you think his like brain is developed?
Yes.
Oh.
doesn't
I
have,
think
like,
so.
But like it doesn't have.
It's.
enough
I think it's
area.
just his voice.
Do you know what I mean? Though, am I tripping?
Well, he's speaking Russian all the time, right? So that's
Yeah.
also like why you don't understand.
I've seen him
Yeah.
like get furious at people treating him like he's a kid. So I think
Yeah.
he's got that
I've seen him
he's got
drive.
that self-awareness. Yeah.
See him drive. So.
Well, I'm sure that how he acts would also be a reaction, like
Yeah.
a built-up reaction to how people treat him, right? So it's like if somebody treats you like a kid from like for your whole lifetime, you're gonna act like more of a kid, right? If somebody doesn't hold you to a standard of doing like hard problems, whatever, your brain's not gonna develop that capability.
Do you guys
So
have
it's
any
probably the same
pressing
thing.
questions?
Do I have any pressing questions?
Like anything that's been on your minds lately?
Ooh.
Oh my God, there's a lot on. Like,
Go Avital.
Well, there's-
Go like
Yeah.
the top list. Say it.
Floor is yours.
Get you off my
I don't
mind.
like
You
think
think you
about
love?
it.
What do you guys think about like
someone?
most, like percentage-wise per day?
The Roman Empire.
When you ask me what's your own Roman Empire, like I can't
You don't
top
have
of
like a Roman
Oh my
empire.
God. The O.J. Simpson trial, the Kardashians.
Oh,
That's
okay.
actually what you
like-
think about.
We were
Like,
No,
talking
but I
about
think
this
about
the
it
other
from
day.
a
No,
We
we
talking
were
about this
we
the
were
other day.
talking about it.
We-
Like
we
we
were
were going off
talking
about the
about
plastic.
We were
surgery
talking
and all
about
of
like,
that.
can
Yeah.
you be like in a platonic friendship with somebody
Yeah.
that you
Ah.
have a romantic history
There
with?
we go.
that's a good
That
question.
is that what you want to
That's-
talk about?
Well, no, but like let's.
Now
hear
we
it.
can.
Let's talk
Go.
about it.
Can you?
Like I don't know. I just actually couldn't think of one.
Have you guys ever done it?
Yes.
Yes.
Does it work?
Done what?
I don't really talk to him as much anymore.
So then the answer is no.
But it like.
No,
but it
but
could
they
be
were
yeah,
friends
yeah,
afterwards.
Yeah.
I believe.
But it's
yes.
yeah. I believe yes, but it depends on the person because there's
Mhm.
some people that I
Depends-
strongly believe that they
Depends
could
what
not.
your history is
Yes,
too.
it definitely depends on your history.
If you get like, if you're friends with someone you've been in a relationship with, and then you have like a new person, would that be weird to keep that friendship on?
Well, it depends what your history was.
How long have you been dating?
Were you even dating?
Were you dating for like a significant amount of
Yeah,
time?
let's say like you date them for like I don't know, like 5 years, and then you broke up with them, but like they're a big part of your
It
life.
depends how it ended. That depends
Yeah.
how it
Like if
ended.
they cheated on you, no.
Well,
And
okay,
also, And
yeah.
it also depends on like how your current partner would feel about that.
Yeah.
If you, were
If
in
you
that
accidentally
relationship.
say their name during sex,
Like
no.
that's
No.
that's
I
a
think-
sign.
I
That's
think
a
a
sign.
lot of the
Hold on.
cases.
That's crazy.
no.
That's
I
great.
think a lot of
That's-
cases, if you were in a 5-year relationship, it's gonna be difficult to end up being friends with like and getting into other relationships and being friends with them after. But there are situations that does happen, that like marriages end and people get divorced and they still are friends afterwards
Yeah.
and get married and
Mhm.
have kids
Yeah.
and they have a good relationship.
Mhm.
But it really depends how it ends. Like if it was
Mhm.
mutual, or if there was a toxic part to it, or
Mhm.
I don't know. But
Because
it also a lot of
sometimes
factors go
It
into
depends where the care is coming from.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're friends with someone because you care about them. So
Mhm.
if you were with someone for a certain amount of time and then you get into a new relationship and you're still friends with this other person and your new partner's questioning why are you still friends with them, the question is, why do you care about them? Do you care about them because you have hopes of getting back together, or do you genuinely care about them because they were a part of your life for so long?
How do
The
you
question is, where does that care
how
come
do you even
from?
explain that to someone who you're like in a new relationship
That's
with?
the hard part.
You have to tell them there's nothing. I don't care about them because there's anything sexual. I don't care about them
Yeah.
because I want to get with them, like get together with them again. You have to explain to them I care about them because they were,
But I think limits are like
There's
boundaries need to be
boundaries.
set.
Yes.
of course, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can't be hanging out with them.
More than you see.
Yeah,
the
more than you're
person
seeing
dating.
the person in the
But
relationship.
those are like obvious.
Yeah, those are like,
Well, not everyone knows that.
The guy is
though.
gonna question.
Not everybody
Like-
knows that.
unfortunately.
That's
Bare
where-
minimum has been like such a high bar.
Yeah.
The more and more I see like how relationships play out.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah, the partner you're explaining that to is gonna actually question what is the guy's intention. Like,
Yeah.
it also depends on whether you're a toxic dude who's trying to stir some shit up one more time or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Depends on your intentions, like as
yeah.
a person.
Yeah, so I'm like, like,
But why do
what does this guy want to do? Like, what is he trying to do though? I know what you're trying to do. I trust you.
That's true.
But what
You
is
have to
he
think about both.
But you're hanging out with
But-
a dude,
Yeah.
and you know, dudes want to fuck. So
Yeah.
Well, it also
simply
goes
enough.
both ways.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just
Sorry,
one
But
way.
yeah, it goes
I
both
think it
ways.
goes both
But
ways.
I'm just talking from my
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
my experience, my
Yeah.
personal.
wha-
No,
why-
same. I think the same way.
Standpoint.
Probably like if they were friends with their ex, I think it's a red flag because like
Yeah.
I don't know, for most guys, like once you're falling in love with someone, it's really hard
Yeah.
to detach that.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think
Like, you
relationships
can't
are
see it
all
differently.
emotional. There's very little rational in terms of like why I love somebody, why I enjoy spending time with them, right? So, like, look,
I
this
just
makes
have to have-
perfect rational sense,
yeah.
but like
have
it's just
to
not gonna
have-
happen. So
like, you have to have a lot of evidence for me to be like, okay, that's fine. Like
Yeah.
good one is if they're in another relationship.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
like that's what
fine.
I'm
Big
saying.
one.
If both of you are
Mm.
in new
enough.
relationships
Yeah.
and you can hang out
They
platonically,
change
that's yeah.
sexualities. Like that'd be
Yeah.
They
that's
changed
a little
genders,
different.
yeah.
that'd be like yeah.
they change genders.
No, but
Yeah.
but
You
why?
change genders, not you. Wait, they change genders. You're with them? That's
No.
a different conversation.
But honestly though, how would that make you feel? Like if you saw them hanging out and they were like laughing so hard, like making them a lot happier than you.
You're
make
happy
them.
for them.
Yeah.
If you
If
genuinely
you're
have,
jealous, then there's an
you're
issue.
the-
there.
Yeah, if you're
No, no, no,
jealous,
no,
then
no,
you know
like-
that there's.
It's your girlfriend
Oh.
and their ex is making them laugh hard.
More than like you were able
Yeah.
to, then that's a little bit like, oh.
That's just like ooh, like what do you do there? Like because it's like
it depends on your
that means-
confidence level. If you're
Yeah.
a confident dude, like you shouldn't be
You have
intimidated.
to also see like when they're interacting normally if there is chemistry or not. Like if you see that it is platonic, because you can tell when people are together if it is. I feel like a lot of the time
Romantic.
romantic or platonic.
I
Yeah.
disagree. I've had many men
Really?
who are
Who
seemingly
hide it?
platonic, who are in so much love with the person. they talk to.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I feel like girls can tell immediately.
Girls can tell.
So
We can
many
read
girls.
it.
But-
you must be smarter than most girls, cause
Wow.
nah.
Yeah, I don't know. You can
Okay,
find them.
so here's the deal. Like, if I respect a woman and I like her and she has friends, then okay. I don't think it's my place to tell her don't have these friends, right? And I'm not saying like you're saying it matters how confident you are. Well, maybe I'm not that confident. So like I'm not even saying that it's right, but I'm
Right,
just
but
saying
you
that
gotta
like,
work
I
on
really
that
don't
because that's
like
gonna
it.
cause so many problems in your relationship if you're
Is
not
it so?
confident in yourself. That's gonna cause so many
Yeah, you
problems.
gotta.
Yeah.
you
Oh,
gotta
I'm
be
talking-
confident in yourself before.
I'm talking about a level of confidence where it doesn't cause problems unless she has
Right.
guy friends who want to fuck her.
Yeah.
and
But
she
there's
dislikes
always
them.
gonna. I'm telling you, there's always gonna be that guy at work. She's gonna be at work. There's gonna be the work husband. There's always
Yeah,
gonna
work
be
is
somebody.
gonna work well.
That's
You
true,
have
that's
to
true.
work on your level of confidence because in the time,
And
the span that
trust.
you're gonna be together, she's gonna go on work conferences, work trips. She's gonna meet new friends. You know,
That's actually a good point.
you like it's always you're
It's
always
all
gonna
about
be.
confidence
Mm.
No,
and
but, like,
trust.
Yeah, I
like,
guess my
it's
woman
such
just
a
has to stay in the house all day.
security
That's
and
just what it is.
security.
Security in your
Good
shit.
relationship
It's-
and yourself.
I either have to work on myself or we can work on her situation.
You really,
Yeah.
but you really gotta set it up nicely because like, I feel like in the back of people's heads all the time there will be a question of
Yeah.
like, could this person be better for me? I feel like, and
Yeah.
obviously you know like,
Yeah, but that's the
want it to
fear
be
of
the
missing
case.
out, and that's ruining our generation.
how many
It
people-
If you're
is, because
constantly,
people
So
are
if you're
every-
constantly
always-
thinking,
yeah.
I'm the fear of missing out, I'm missing out. There's so much better. If you're constantly seeking for better, you're never gonna be happy.
That's
You're
true,
never
and
gonna be
I
happy.
accept
Then
that,
you
but
have to
how do I
accept
know
where
the
you're
other
at.
person has accepted that?
Yeah.
Like you gotta have so much faith, and
That's what
You have to be
relationships
able
are.
to talk about that and
Yeah.
know that each other
yeah.
are.
But that's what it is.
Like
That's
accepting
trust.
that.
Like you're having a
And
relationship,
communication.
yeah, with this person. You have to
Mhm.
trust that you both think that you are the best for each other. And if you're not, then that's an amicable
doesn't work.
uncoupling, you know?
Yo, so based on all of this disagreement, and we were talking earlier about kids when I first walked in.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the dating scene right now, about the dating market? Like, yo, if I told you, yo, you need to have a family, like, I don't know why, but you need to have a family in 2 years. Like, that's how are you gonna approach that?
I
Like,
think
what do you?
I just want to add.
You think high chances or like fuck, it's over?
No, because it's such a good thing to ask genuinely, because like for me, like if you like, the more I think about it, the more like when I see it, I really want to be involved with it, because it feels like they're having so much fun. But then
Yeah,
when you're
yeah.
in it, you hate it.
Yeah.
Like, it
So
sucks.
you guys are on
So
campus.
bad.
Most people find their SOs when they're in school.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, how do you feel right now about the scene?
No, but I think it goes back to what you were saying, that the expectation, the bare minimum has been raised.
Yeah.
Like it's the bare minimum has now become a new normal, and that has ruined the dating
That's
scene.
true.
That has ruined our generation.
The bare minimum is a trigger word for a lot of guys too. Like if you say, "Hey, this is like bare minimum shit," then they're like, "Don't." Like what? Like no, this is like I'm doing this for you, and it's like yeah, but like you're supposed to.
So the question is, why were things that used to be chivalry,
Yeah.
why are they now
Out of reach.
Like out of reach,
Yeah.
and
Out
why
of
is that
reach.
It's so
not?
difficult to achieve.
Why does it trigger guys? Why does it piss guys off when girls ask for really simple things?
Yeah.
When back in the day that used to be the norm.
Personally, I've never experienced that, because I'm
Don't
chivalrous.
believe that?
No. I mean, like, I've never experienced.
Personally, I'm
someone
just a
saying
perfect
that.
guy.
But what do you
I'm
think
not reaching the
ruined
bare
it?
minimum.
Like,
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, like I am chivalrous. That's what I'm trying to say.
yeah.
I'm
But
saying
most
I've
people
never been
aren't
told
like
not
most
to.
guys. I feel like in our generation aren't like that.
I think it's because a lot of guys are scared of being like creepy and cringe. I really think
Yeah.
that's something that a lot of my friends
So
are so scared
judgment,
of.
like
Yeah.
girls'
Yeah, fear of
judgment of
judgment.
them.
I
but,
think
like-
the influence also
Yeah.
social media,
Yeah.
TikTok,
I
and
think
all of that
we have
side.
so many more people now on dating apps as well that are like readily available to you. You're always like, you could go on a date and then you could be like, okay, I had a fun time with this person, but what if there's something better? But
Yeah.
what if there's something better? You're always looking for something that is better than what you had. That could have been great, but it's like you have this unrealistic expectation that there's somebody else out there that could be more perfect for you without actually
At
trying.
the end of the day, there probably is.
So
But why
we ever
you
gonna find
looking-
them?
Are you ever gonna find it? And it's like, what's the point? You could
Yeah.
work on your relationship.
going back to what Haley said, what is your guys' thoughts on dating apps?
Yeah.
I don't use dating apps,
Me neither.
so I don't really know how that works. But
John?
I've never been on a dating app.
Oh,
right?
really?
Nah.
Like, do you think they're
They suck.
actually successful, or
No, they
Have you
suck.
had a good interaction on a dating app?
Well, I met my ex on Tinder, so.
So,
So I think we're gonna steer away from that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, but like genuinely, like they're good. They're good if you have like it just depends on what you want. You got to set it really, like, you have to make it really clear what you want to the person, but like because of that your success rate like plummets. You know, like your conversion will be 0 because like you're trying to like basically say you're using it in a way that most people don't use it. Like if you're looking for love and you're on there, I mean sure people are more open to it, but the vast majority of them actually want to be like validated in a different kind of way. And that goes for both guys and girls. Like most people who I see using dating apps, it's purely for like quick satisfaction.
yeah.
And when you first get it, it feels great because like wow, all these people think I'm attractive. But then after a while, like wow, like I actually don't want to talk to any of them. And I
Yeah.
I couldn't use one anymore because it's just like it just makes you feel so terrible, especially with how much comparison there is. Because you're just thinking, if I'm doing this and I'm comparing all these people just based on physical features, someone's doing that to me.
Yeah.
And that sounds really
well, the difficulty
demoralizing.
I have with it is you never know why they downloaded it in the first place. Because I know a lot of people that download it just because they're like, oh, this might be fun, and they treat it as a game. They're swiping right, they're swiping no, they're saying you're ugly, they're saying you're hot, smash or pass, basically.
Yeah.
But then there's other people that go on it and they're there for love. And it's like, okay. But then
What are
there's
they
people
doing?
there to hook up.
Why are you
And
on a
it's like,
dating
yeah, why are
I
you there
think-
for
I think if you're on a dating app, the door for chivalry has been closed. I think the
Yeah.
expectations you have to lower your expectations. If you're on a dating app, you should not expect that man to get you flowers. You should not
Yeah.
expect that. I think that might be a controversial take, but like,
No, but I agree with that.
and I think that has very much shaped the dating world right now.
Especially because they're all sliding in being like, hey, sexy. Like,
Are you speaking from experience?
Yeah. Do you want to talk more about that?
I think
No
that,
comment.
like,
reply. What's the reply?
Left on red or?
ghosted.
yeah. Oh, how do you guys feel about ghosting?
Talk to me when you have flowers.
I think there's definitely a way more mature way to go about it than ghosting someone. Like I
Like what? But like, I'm not gonna lie. I
Have you
ghost.
ever ghosted?
Oh, I ghost all the time. It's
Yeah.
not good.
I've
But like,
ghosted before.
I just feel bad. But it's like, what am I gonna do? Like, say, oh, I think we should just be friends. I
What if you don't even want to be friends?
That's what I'm saying. So
Like-
what are you gonna do? Like, just say, I don't want to talk to you ever again.
Well, it
You could
depends.
totally just be like, hey, I'm not really like I had a really great time with you, but I'm not like looking for this right
You
now.
did it.
It depends on how much,
Lie.
like, are they
Let 'em down
self-aware? Are they
No.
like that's the problem? If
Oh.
they're not self-aware, ghost them. They're never
Exactly.
gonna get it.
Most of them aren't.
If they have self-awareness, then they deserve.
They
you know,
deserve
a
to
little
know.
bit of an
yeah,
explanation.
of course. Like, I definitely would have some respect for them. But like, once you get to know them, and you're like, oh, these people are like bots. Like, I'm just not gonna.
NPCs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Real.
Like, what am I gonna do? Waste more time?
Yo.
you
Yeah.
know?
Can we talk more about this chivalry thing? Because this got me
Yeah.
like thinking
Well,
like
yeah,
deeply
no,
this
that
whole
was, that
time.
was a bit
Where like I feel like I probably knew what was the right way to treat a woman when I was 13, and then over the past 7 years, that has like completely like
changed so
left
much.
my mind. And I'm just thinking about like my interactions with women sometimes, and like,
Do you
some-
regret? Do you think you treat women like shit?
what's that?
Do you regret like how you interact with? Do you wish that you were a bit more romantic or? Now that you're
I want to.
deeply
Well, I want to
thinking
do the
about
right. No, I want to do the right thing, but like I don't really know what the right thing is.
How chivalrous
Like, I'm not.
would you rate yourself? 1 to 10?
Was that?
How much chivalry do you have? 1 to 10.
I don't know. I don't know what chivalry is anymore. Like I just don't know what it is.
Exactly.
I'm like
We
it's like
Google the definition.
there's a difference.
Yeah, somebody
Can we
pull
get
it
a
up.
definition?
Yo, there's a difference between
Hold on.
understanding what's right
Defining it.
and working towards
do
it
the
and
Urban
actually
Dictionary
having
one?
no cue of it.
I think that's what's
That's true. You
Yeah.
have to know what you have to
So-
have an example. I think what you're saying.
So there's like
We don't have an example
yeah,
today.
yeah.
I have, okay.
Do you
Here's the
have
thing.
someone that you look up to that you could say, "Wow, this man is like
Oh, yeah.
Andrew Tate"?
Andrew Krechmer,
Andrew-
Barney Stinson. Wait, Barney Simpson?
Barney Stinson.
Stinson, right? No, I'm
From
just
How I
kidding.
Met Your Mother.
Yeah, actually, but he did really chivalrous acts towards the end. Do you guys know? Have you watched? How I
Do you
Met
have the definition up? Do you want me? There you go.
That's gonna reach. Nice.
It's being courteous and polite without fucking whining or asking anything in return.
Yeah. Okay. It's like, okay. I see. Okay. I think that's actually kind of wrong. Yeah, bro. I was like, what's like?
Why don't we get a second one on that?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
get a
yeah.
second
Let's
definition.
look for.
Bro, you need
Oxford
GPT-4,
English
not
Dictionary.
3.5.
Etiquette on how knights should be.
Etiquette.
That's a very literal.
It's-
one. That's the other side.
Let's
of
just
it.
call it. Let's just
Okay.
call it. Let's
Uh,
call it
But that's
relationship
such the
etiquette.
point, because if it's etiquette changes with the times, and clearly
We
you
don't
guys-
want it to
you-
change.
That's what I
though.
was. That's what I'm saying. It's clear that you guys are not actually happy about this change.
The question is, why did it change?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Why did it change?
Like when did it
but
start?
culture
and why did
always
it happen?
changes.
It
no?
does.
I would say
No,
like
but-
chivalry is more like unexpected good things.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
generosity.
I want chivalry to come back as much as you do, but when I look at culture and I'm like, culture always shifts. I'm like, okay, like what do
You
I?
would say you're not chivalrous?
I don't know.
Okay. For example, like every time
I don't have, bro. Who am I to look
Whenever I
to?
had the opportunity, I would buy flowers for her.
You're
I
picking
did.
a
Sure.
girl up. Are you opening the car
That's
door for
very
her?
chivalrous of you.
Right?
Yeah.
I'd get like a rose if I.
I don't-
John,
It's- it wouldn't-
you're,
it
you're
wouldn't be like
picking,
a- it
you're
wouldn't- it
picking a
wouldn't be
girl
like a
up in
bear.
your car. Are you opening the car
Yes,
door
you
for
go
her?
Yeah,
around
you
and
go
you
around
open
and
the door.
open the door. You don't.
But you don't
you
have your
look.
license, so.
Yesterday there was a
Yeah.
guy.
I did it for
Haley, nah.
I did it
Oh
for
my
her when
God.
she was driving me around.
You did it for her when she was driving you around. That's a crazy take.
Yeah.
You gotta do the most,
You're
you
opening
know?
the door for her car.
I had to.
I don't think that counts,
What
but
if she like
it's,
drove
it's
off?
a thought.
Bro,
It's a
she's like,
thought.
wait, isn't? She's like on the
It's
driver's
only
side,
a
like,
car,
I think your spot's over there, hon.
When
if
you're
she,
telling
like,
her to
drove
get out of
off?
the car and
What
then
if she
come
just
back
left you
in.
there?
John, she pulls up to your house. You tell her to get out of the car just so you can open it for her and then tell her to get back in.
Yeah.
Where I said that once. Oh
There was
my
a guy across the street yesterday, like at the neighbor's house, honking for 20 minutes at this girl.
I
to
think I
come
heard
out.
that.
He had the door of the car open and was honking.
Okay,
Why
yeah,
are
I
you
can-
honking at her?
I can
Like,
definitely
I feel like there's a fine line between chivalry and being really creepy. Like,
Bro, maybe
obnoxious?
you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe on the 21st.
Yeah,
she
but if
would've
you're
gone
on a
out.
date with her already,
Yeah.
she doesn't think you're creepy.
Okay, but like let's say I've been on
Yeah,
many
yeah.
dates. Like,
how is it creepy to open the door for? How is it creepy
no,
to wait
not-
for her to get inside?
well, okay, like,
Just
Like,
like, I
you
know
know.
you
I
like
don't know
this,
if
so I got
every
this
single
for you.
time.
but there
guy
could be like
needs to,
huge
like-
heroic
No, but
acts
on a
that
nice
you do,
date.
right?
Yeah.
And like, what are these? What are these like heroic things or like super chivalrous things that are like could be good, but like if it is a different circumstance,
If it's
seems
taken
really weird.
out of context, it's
Yeah,
weird.
like I'm sure you and I can talk about many things that on a like an outside perspective seem really weird, but like from her perspective, she didn't see all that, so it just seems like nothing.
Can
Yeah.
chivalry even be weird? Like,
It
Could it?
depends. It
Could
depends
it?
who,
Like, I don't-
who
like,
it's
what do you do?
towards.
Like-
Grand gestures.
Well, how grand? Are you showing up to her lecture hall?
I mean, worst
and
case.
Pulling up flowers in class, like how grand?
Is that grand though? Is that like
That's too much.
That's too much.
That's too much.
What if like you got them like a coffee like at the side, like didn't even? I feel like it'd be things
I
that
think
they
Yeah.
that is something that's great.
great.
Do you
Right?
do you consider that grand? Because if I
No,
think
no,
you
no,
consider
no.
that grand, we have a
Yeah.
little.
That's grand.
I don't- I
There's
don't-
a deeper problem.
I don't open the car door, but I show up to the class with the flowers for sure.
No, but like I've done it before. Like, I do it to my mom all the time. Like when she's around, I just go get her.
So
like,
why do guys treat their mom nicer than they treat
Yeah,
their
they-
girlfriends?
yeah.
Why don't we get into
Always.
that?
Always.
Why?
She gave me life, man. I don't know
Right,
what
but
this
your girlfriend is potentially giving your children life. So shouldn't there be a?
True.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good question, right? It's like so now we get into why it probably has like faded a lot because people think of it as a transaction.
Bro,
And
Wow.
my mom gave me life. My girl is sucking the life out of me. Like,
Wow.
If she's sucking the life out of you, why are you in a relationship
Yeah,
with
why
her?
are you doing
Oh, I thought you were talking about different life.
I
Was
thought
that-
about
Oh, wow.
a different thing too.
No, it was a
I
yeah,
also
it was
thought about a
a
different thing.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
It was
I
a
was
double
thinking- I
entendre.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the gutter too. I was
No, I was in the gutter.
okay,
No,
so-
but how
Okay,
come
I got
guys
it.
have
My
so much
soul.
chivalry towards their mother, so much etiquette, so much respect, and they can't replicate it with
but that's
their
what I'm
significant
saying.
other?
I feel like
they would
you
if it
even-
was their wife.
I've
but,
seen
like,
it
they don't
time
have
and time
the-
and time
But
again.
they don't know
Yeah,
if that
yeah,
security
yeah.
is. They don't think
Yeah,
like that
yeah,
security
yeah.
is insured. if
You're just
you're just
waiting.
doing
You're just
chivalry
waiting
things.
to feel like you're waiting to have more certainty that it'll be worth it.
So that's a red
But like,
flag.
think about it. Like if I'm not dating you and I don't have a lot of money, you think I'm gonna buy you something all the time? You know, like
No,
it'd be
no,
chivalry.
you don't-
It shouldn't become. It's not like an expectation thing. It's just
John,
like a nice like.
Write her a
surprise.
song, you know?
Literally.
Write her-
Write her a
what's
song.
Okay, yo, pause. Seriously.
Yo, actually,
Yo, no.
No, we
bro,
don't
just
want to
like-
be
just like-
guitared at. We
just
don't
like-
want to be guitared at.
No.
Bro, just
Please
buy her a
no.
Benz. Like, what?
Yeah,
Is,
I wrote
it's not
poems
that. It's
for
not that
her.
hard,
Yeah,
bro.
literally, like all I want is a Porsche.
She hated
All I
that.
want for
It's
Christmas.
literally not
is
that
a
hard.
Porsche.
But she was happy
I
about the
want
gesture,
small
though.
things. That's
Yo,
Yeah,
like,
but-
I
bro,
read poems.
Just like,
Okay.
bro,
Yeah,
just
that's
buy her an
what I mean.
That's what I
apartment.
mean.
Really?
Like
She
nice
hated
little
them.
Yeah.
notes.
She liked that I
Like
did
if
it.
you
but
give
she
her
hated
like a
it.
sticky
That's-
note.
yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, I remember like I would paint her things sometimes, and she would think that's nice. But like if it's not secured, like I don't know
Bro
how to.
said it in the most. Yeah,
Like-
like I remember sometimes I would just take 3 days off of work and take her to Hawaii. She would think that's sort of
But you
nice,
guys gotta
like-
think about it like subconsciously. Like if you're expecting it to be the bare minimum, and obviously if they do it all the time, you're not gonna notice it after. So like it will always have to increase. And if I don't have the security, I'm not saying I'm speaking for me.
So
I'm
it's
still-
laziness then. Guys start off by lowering the expectations because they don't want to have to maintain that throughout the
No,
relationship.
I would say is that they're scared. Maybe some guys. I
Yeah.
can't speak for everyone. For me, like I would just be chivalrous anyway. I don't care about losing the money. But like
But it also goes into, are you dating for marriage or are you dating for fun?
I'm dating
They're
for,
two different
I'm
things.
dating for wives. Yeah, all
Okay.
the time. I'm dating for love.
Because that
regardless.
changes the game.
Yeah, I
on
don't really
how-
understand not
And
dating
how
for
you're-
love. I couldn't really like think of someone like that.
I think
don't know.
if you think about high school relationships,
I think a lot
that
of
was
it's just for experience.
For
Like, a
ex-
lot of
I would
time.
argue like I would say it's really hard for me to even want to do anything with someone physically if I don't find them
If you don't
attractive
find them attractive.
as a person.
you
like,
can
as a
find them
human.
attractive. You just can't see yourself having a life with them.
No,
like
like,
a long
I
term?
wouldn't even do anything with them if I
Okay.
didn't.
At
I mean
that
like
point.
the spur of the moment kind of things, but
Okay.
like I wouldn't have like a situationship. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I would it would be certain, and I would be chivalrous to them in the meantime. But if I like, I'd be really direct about it. I think some people just aren't as direct or confident in what they want, so they're trying to like, play the game. Maybe see like, oh, is this something I want to commit to? But for me, like if I'm spending time with them, I'm gonna be chivalrous as much as I can because I'm already looking for that.
yeah.
That's why I've never had that issue.
And
because,
what
like,
are you
I
all
like
dating
buying
for?
people gifts. I like buying cute things, painting them little cards. I like doing stuff like that.
Yeah. I think most people are dating for marriage. I don't want to speak for you guys, but are you dating for marriage?
Avital and I have
Really
talked
though, but,
about
like,
this
how many-
before.
But how many people have
So-
you guys just talked to and then like it fizzled out?
Okay, so we think there's like a third thing where it's
Mhm.
like dating for like as long as it's mutually beneficial for both of you until like it gets
So dating for fun.
unhealthy. And that's
No,
not
for
for fun.
fun.
Is
No.
this what you're about though?
I think I'm like leaning more towards the marriage side, obviously, but it's like right now it's like mutually beneficial for both of us. We're not harming each other in any way or
Yeah.
like
Right, but
necessarily like
if you don't
parasitic.
make an effort to make it even more, but if you're just letting things go the way they go, if you actually see a future with this person, you will always make it mutually beneficial.
That's
Like
true.
if you just let it slide and say, I'm just gonna date her for as long as it's like convenient, for as long as
Mhm.
it
and
works.
I think that's the thing as well. Convenience is definitely a big issue in our generation.
yes,
now,
guys. I think
especially.
guys will date someone that's convenient,
Yeah.
but they won't go out of their way to make it convenient.
But I
No.
think that's why they're also setting such a low bare minimum. It's because they don't actually see Like they're not trying to make an effort to keep it
Yeah.
going
it
for
I
a
mean,
long time.
Men used to go off to war.
Men used
you
to go to
know.
war.
Men used to go to war,
Men used to
and
go to
now
war.
people break up over. I don't even want to say.
I like your word choice there, though, when you say it, because like if you said like I'm just doing it to have like essentially a transaction, then you're implying like the
Yeah.
bare minimum is the expected.
Exactly.
So if you already set expectations, why would they reach further if they
Mhm.
don't think anything's gonna come from
Yeah.
that? Like it's a two-way street. Like if you set the expectations right away, it could fizzle out and be terrible.
Mhm.
The more decisive you are, the better your experiences
Your experience will be, yeah.
So
But what happens when your expectations change? You start off wanting to marry this person, which is obviously the case because you're infatuated right from the beginning.
Yeah, you're like,
And then
oh my
it
God, I'm
then it
obsessed with
fizzles
you.
out and you're kind of like
that's just the risk you're deciding to take.
Yeah.
though.
exactly.
Like if you're
Getting
not
into it.
decisive and you're trying to fool around, then they also could be in the same
I
boat.
think that dating in itself through this lens is very much a matter of putting all your fears behind yourself and
Yeah.
just doing it for what could happen.
Yeah.
Like I know myself,
For the plot.
like when no, not for the plot.
For the
I did
Gryffindor.
think of that, but I had to stop myself. Like I know myself when I've been like truly in love with a girl, I didn't even like I still have my rational mind, which tells me like this kind of like this is not a good like ROI, right? Like
Okay.
risk-based ROI. But I'm like I don't give a shit. Like this is like this could be my life. This is a life that I would love. Like I'm gonna go throw everything at it, no matter what. But then there's a different line of thinking, which is a much more kind of I'm not really there yet.
Yeah.
Like let me just
Yeah.
kind of risk-based everything
Yeah.
and do it for the plot
Yeah.
or do it for the convenience, whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Avital, what are you dating for?
It's a interesting question. I think
Are you dating?
currently,
I didn't
no.
Currently,
Currently, I am not
like,
dating. If I was dating,
Are you open to dating?
Yeah.
In this stage of your life, are you open to a
yes,
relationship? And-
100%.
yeah.
But I think I would be dating, and I would only be dating people that I see a future with, or I would only be open to following things through that
Could be going somewhere.
yeah, that could be going somewhere. I think you reach a certain point in your life that before then you're kind of just like fooling around and you're having fun and you kind of just want to like learn from experience and stuff, and at some point you decide when it is that you want to actually
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I think that, like, we can all sit here and be sort of scared that, like, our generation is done. We're all just going to live alone and look at each other and be like, we could, but we
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
But in reality, like, if there's a delay, like, it is what it is. Like, we go, our cohort goes through its own motions. Like, eventually everybody will probably even out, and we'll all come into, like, we'll, like, find an equilibrium as that, like, achieves everybody's
Yeah.
needs. But, like, our cohort, we're just late bloomers about it, right?
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
yo, we all
Yeah.
gotta chill
No,
here.
'cause a lot of people are getting married at much later
Yeah.
ages.
Yeah.
And they're having children at
We
later
can change
ages.
that though. We can change that.
Yeah.
We'll change that.
Okay.
We'll
So,
change
yeah.
the standard.
So Laura wants to run it back. As for the rest of us, we're gonna, keep fucking
Keep doing what
around,
we're doing.
Yeah.
keep fucking around, being confused, being on Tinder, and
You
then
do you know?
and then we'll
Well,
all be 30.
yeah, no, I don't.
Teach
Oh,
her.
and
on
I'll hate it, and I'll hate it. By the way,
Oh yeah.
like I'm gonna hate every second of
Never
it.
And I'll
find
tell
love.
you I told you so.
What's up?
I'll say I told you so.
Oh no, I agree with you. Like this sucks.
All right, guys, we got to wrap. But thank you guys so much for coming on. I wish we could have you for longer. And then maybe we'll have a house podcast collab
For sure.
in the future. But other than that, thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you for
Real.
having us.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Is this
Okay.
close enough?
That's a good. You want to be pretty close, yeah.
'Kay.
Yeah. These mics won't pick up from far, so keep it close.
Okay, good. That means I can shoot my gun. It's close.
Can we do whisper?
I'll stop.
Oh, that'd be
If you want to whisper ASMR, you have to get really close to it,
ASMR.
and then if you're trying to say some stupid shit, you just cover it up and then you're out.
They wouldn't pick it like where your mic is. It wouldn't pick you up.
like this.
Like
Like I have to be eating it. Like.
You could be like here. And
Yeah.
talk at a normal pace.
Oh.
But if you're like talking normally, this actually won't even pick up.
Yeah, my favorite fact on earth is that if you actually ever watch your favorite artist sing from like the side, they're like literally like
Eating it.
flipping. They're eating the microphone. Yeah. So that's how that works actually.
Haley. What do you like, Haley?
ASMR.
Okay.
Don't be nervous. I'm more nervous. Like, I'm more nervous. What I get nervous about is when I'm interviewing people that I don't really know yet, and making good conversation off of that. Like when we had Ayush, I was fucking terrified. When we had Karis and her mom, I was so scared. He and I played.
Give us ideas.
What do you mean, bro? Dude, we planned like hours for that.
Should we
I
beatbox?
know.
Pitch perfect acapella moment?
But it ended up being great. Like that was a great plan.
Wait, how did it go?
No, they'll like if no one talks, they can hear
Zoom,
you.
zoom, 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 zoom,
But,
zoom,
like,
zoom, zoom,
overall,
zoom,
the
zoom,
next
zoom,
speaker.
zoom,
Boom, 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 boom.
I mean, if you yell, it might pick it up. But like even at the
Here's the
party, like
thing.
when we did it at the
Started out
party,
friends.
they
Zoom, zoom,
barely,
zoom, zoom, zoom.
like we could kind of hear it, but
Zoom,
not
zoom,
really.
zoom,
you
zoom,
know?
zoom, 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 zoom.
And then I go.
Do not acapella.
Perfect style.
You don't look excited at all.
No, I'm just like
Try to get it ready.
composing myself.
Don't feel bad for stuttering.
No, I'm not gonna stutter.
No, she said.
Yeah.
I'm nervous because I always start going.
She's like, I'm not gonna stutter.
No, I'm
She's
scared
cool.
about
She's
it.
cool.
The only thing I'm scared about is if you like ask directed questions.
We will.
No,
then
but
you
don't single me out.
Then you can cut it. So it gives you.
Yeah.
No, I know.
You're not
I know.
allowed
To
to
be
single
like,
me out.
No, don't worry.